How old are you, Miss Telly?
19.
Do you work or go to school?
Both.
Where do you go to school?
Mesa Community College.
Full-time?
Part-time.
And what kind of work do you do?
I work at Starbucks.
Do you live at home or you have?
At home, yes.
And Miss Lewis, you have a daughter, and your daughter and Miss Tully were friends.
Yes, ma'am.
And they had been friends for a long time.
Couple of years.
And she had accompanied you on family vacations before?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
This would have been the fourth, so 3 prior to this trip.
And she always paid for her own airfare?
When we flew, correct. Minus one time, I did pay for it one time.
When did you pay for that?
I believe it was a trip to New York.
From where?
Chandler, Arizona. But we fly out of Phoenix Sky
So
Harbor.
it was a long flight.
Yes, ma'am.
Where else did you go with Miss Tully?
California, Your Honor, twice. And then
When you went to California, where did you stay?
Huntington Beach at a condo that I rented.
She paid her own airfare?
There was no airfare, we drove. And I did pay for the gas.
Yes, you have other children other than this daughter?
I do, I have a son.
And did he accompany you on the trip?
He did.
Ever have any difficulty with her before, with expense money, anything else that would have given you cause to pause about inviting
No.
her again?
No.
Okay. This case is about a trip that you all took, a family trip that you took to Hawaii, and Miss Tully was invited to go along. The arrangement was, according to you, that she would take care of her own airfare, which she did, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you book the tickets?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And you paid for the tickets on your credit card?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she gave you money in cash to cover her ticket?
Yes, her mother and father did.
You rented a hotel while you were in Hawaii?
Condominium,
A condo. How many bedrooms?
1.
And where did Miss Tully and your daughter sleep?
On the pull-out couch,
So they slept together. So she
Yes.
didn't have her own room, so she...
as well as another friend.
So there was no additional expense
Correct.
with that. And food, how was that covered?
She was supposed to cover her own food.
Okay. And you brought money with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money did you bring?
About $300.
How long were you going to be away for?
I believe it was 7 days, but we got stuck for an extra day, I believe.
Got stuck because of air?
Yeah, there was something with the weather flying out of Los Angeles, so we couldn't fly out from Hawaii to Los Angeles to get home.
Is that correct?
No, Your Honor. The trip was a 10-day trip, the 22nd through the 1st, and we did get stuck for 2 extra days, about a day and a half, so it became an 11-and-a-half-day trip.
Now, this lawsuit is all about the fact that your daughter and Miss Tully had a fight, an argument. It's falling out. When did you have that argument?
I believe it was in September.
September of last year.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when was the trip to Hawaii? In what month?
June.
When did it end?
July.
What was the argument about?
I did not want to be friends with
Why?
her daughter anymore.
Why?
Because I did not like the way that I was treated around them.
Like what? What do you mean?
There were just comments that were constantly made about the way that I lived my life and my family and the money that my mother earned, and I just did not want to be a part of it anymore.
And you told, what's Miss Lewis's daughter's name?
Bree.
Where did you have this discussion with her that you didn't want to be friends anymore?
I did not have a discussion with her. I unfollowed her on a social media.
That must have been after something happened, Miss Tully.
I just decided that I didn't want to be friends with her. She went away to college and I stayed home for college. We didn't have any contact. We didn't talk.
What happened after you came back from Hawaii?
We talked maybe once or twice because I went out of town with my grandparents and stayed with them for about 3 or 4 weeks and then returned home for school.
During that 3 or 4 week period, did either Miss Lewis or Bree contact you about any money that you owed
No,
them?
Your Honor.
On what date did you unfriend her daughter?
I do not remember the exact date.
You remember the month?
I believe it was September. It could have been October, though. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it was in September. September 28th, I believe.
So now I'd like you to tell me, Miss Lewis, what you're suing her for is $375 because you say you went to some events while you were in Hawaii that you purchased tickets for some, I don't know, dolphin shows or whatever else you
correct,
paid
Your
for, and she was supposed to pay you back. I want you to show me when the first time was that you requested the return of this money.
I
I'd like
did
to-
not request the return of the money first. Irene contacted me because we had already made a discussion about the money and her paying me back, and she did let me know that she was going to Rhode Island with her family, so she wouldn't be able to start working again until she got home. Therefore, she couldn't start making payments until she was
Just a
working, and I
second.
understood
Was that in a phone conversation?
A text conversation, correct?
I'd like to see that.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you clearly knew before you went to Rhode Island that you owed her some money, because that's what it says here.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't. Okay. So we were supposed to go to Hawaii, and I
Now
was
listen
told.
to me. Listen to me.
Okay.
You clearly knew based on this text, hey, I'm heading home from Rhode Island today, so can you send me what I owe you from Hawaii? That's what you wrote to her on Sunday, July 31st.
Okay.
So you clearly knew that you owed her some money. And at some point, she responds on August 10th, I added it together and it was $375. And then you ask her for a breakdown. She gave you a breakdown. And some of it looks legitimate and some of it I can see why you might question.
Okay.
Did you go to a snorkel trip in a luau?
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
so that's $125. You don't dispute that. She paid for it, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you did go to see the sea lions.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she paid for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm taking off $20 for food because that's ridiculous. What's a $25 baggage fee?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I paid for my baggage.
Okay. What's the $25 baggage fee?
Ma'am, she paid for her baggage one way, not the other way. She couldn't afford it, so she asked me if I'd add it to her total, and I agreed to.
Do you recall that?
I do not, Your Honor.
Well, she does.
Okay.
And what is $25 yard house? What is that?
She was supposed to pay for her own food at meals out. I did try to make it easier on her because she was the only one that was struggling financially, so I went ahead and bought a lot of groceries at the grocery store and cooked many meals in the condo to save
So
money.
what is yard house?
It's a restaurant.
Do you remember the yard house?
Yes, Your Honor. I remember going to dinner there.
Okay. And did the plaintiff pay for that dinner?
Yes, Your Honor, but my meal was not $25.
I don't know what it was. $250. Okay, so you acknowledge that there were certain expenses that you had, and I've taken some off
Yes,
that I actually can't justify. But that's still $250.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Ms. Hill, you're the owner of a rental property
Yes.
that the defendant was renting from you since 2015.
Correct.
What kind of rental property is it?
Single family home.
Do you own the home?
I do.
When did you purchase it?
In 2012.
Did you purchase it as a rental property?
I did not. I lived in the residence before renting it to the defendant.
Who did you live there with?
My daughter.
And why did you move out?
I was relocated for work, so I moved to Florida.
How much did you pay for the house?
I bought the house from an auction for about $13,000.
And did you put any money into it?
I did. I put about $20,000 into the home.
And you lived in it after you purchased it and after you renovated it with your daughter from 2012 to 2015 when you leased it to the defendant.
That is correct.
So it was renovated in 2012.
That is correct.
Is your claim that when the defendant moved out, she left extensive damage in the house? The defendant says there wasn't extensive damage. Whatever was there, it was normal wear and tear. So do you have photographs of the house from when you moved out?
I do not.
Tell me when the defendant moved out.
June of 2017.
And she notified you she didn't want to renew her lease?
She notified the property manager at the time.
How much was rent?
Her rent was $800. Initially started in the first lease as $750.
But at the last year was $800?
That's correct.
Where were you moving to?
I was moving back home with my mother to help her out because she had just a few months previous to that and lost her husband, and I was
So you were moving back with your mother?
Yeah.
How many people lived in the house?
Me, my 3 kids, and the other tenant.
You had 2 tenants in the house?
I had 2 adult tenants, yes.
Did the other tenant remain?
No, they moved into the property together and they moved out of the property together.
Is this someone that you are a friend
This is
to?
my cousin.
When you moved out in June, you received, according to your complaint, a notification that you should come out to see the house.
That's correct. When the defendant moved out of the property, I was notified by
Did you do a walkthrough with the property manager when you moved out?
We did a walkthrough in May when it came out.
What day in June did you move out?
I moved out June 1st.
I would like to see a copy of the walkthrough.
They didn't give me no copy.
Do you have a copy of the walkthrough?
I do not. I just have photos of the walkthrough from the day she moved out.
May I see them?
Yes.
Who's writing on the walls?
My 8-year-old daughter.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Who told her that that was an appropriate thing to do, to write on somebody else's walls?
Each time she done it, she was put on punishment for it.
This isn't a one-shot deal of her writing on the walls. She wrote on the walls often, at different times. Mm-hmm. Well, who was supervising her?
Who was supervising her?
That's
She
my
might be
question. You have the answer.
She might have been upstairs after she left the bathroom or whatever.
Show this to the defendant, please, and tell me who did that to the blinds.
Okay, these blinds, I see the pictures, and
Who did that to the blinds?
my same 8-year-old.
Who did this to the walls? Holes in the walls.
By me living there, I will take responsibility for the holes in the wall. Same person I just showed you about the other two. It's the same one who was doing all the damage.
What happened to the kitchen cabinets?
Okay, where you see the paint coming off at, they was painted gray, and by me cleaning the cabinets with bleach, the bleach, what they did was damage the cabinet, and the paint started coming off, and that's why the cabinets was like that.
You have communication from the property manager?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
That was the afternoon of the walkthrough where
Could you please show this to the defendant?
he and the contractor took photos and also gave me the estimate amount of damages.
That's not true with that picture.
Is she living with you now?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
How does she and her children treat your property?
They treated all right.
Well, who taught her to treat other people's property like this?
Nobody.
Did you have the place fixed?
I have.
Do you have the receipts for me?
I do. Would you like the receipts or would you like I have a breakdown of everything?
Well, I would like the actual receipts.
Okay.
Did you re-rent the property or are you selling it?
The property has not been rented again because of the pest. So when she left the property, she left it infested with bed bugs, roaches, and mice. So on the initial visit to Ohio to take care of the property and restore it, we were not able to do any of the work on that initial visit because when we walked through, we had 5 contractors with us and at least a dozen mice scurried across the floor. We also noticed that there was a roach infestation. We called out the exterminator and then he advised us that there was also a bed bug infestation.
Charging for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. Ms. Parrish, Ms. Williams is your sister.
Yes.
Older sister, younger sister?
Older.
How old are you?
21.
And you?
23.
You claim a loan to your sister.
Yes.
A loan that you gave her $400 in March of this year.
Yes.
You needed something for rent or her bills or whatever. It's really not urgently important because Ms. Williams acknowledges that you made a loan to her in the amount of $400 in March, correct?
Right.
So you needed money, you asked your sister, she helped you.
Yes.
You didn't pay her back in March, didn't pay her back in April.
No.
Right? And didn't pay her back in May. Your defense to this is that your sister vandalized your car.
Yes.
She vandalized your car with a rock. She got angry with you. You'll tell me about it. And you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is for the damage to your car. Sure, you have pictures and an estimate, and that the damage far exceeds the amount of the loan.
Right.
Okay. We know that you are owed $400. Do you remember this incident that your sister is talking about in May?
Yes.
And that was towards the end of May of this year?
Mm-hmm.
You remember what date it took place?
The 27th?
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Well, she came up to my boyfriend's house and like she was honking and then I went outside and then she came at me because me and her boyfriend kissed at a party and she pushed me, like I got out of the way and then she picked up a rock and tried to throw it at me and then I moved and she hit her own car.
So she picked up a rock and threw it at you, and you say she caused the damage to her
Yeah.
own car.
Yes.
Listen.
That doesn't make any sense. I was standing by my car, so how would I have thrown the rock in my own car?
So tell me what happened.
When I got out, she came over there. We're arguing back and forth.
She came over to,
She walked like toward the car. She was standing like by the driveway,
okay, you went to her house
her boyfriend's house.
where she was staying,
Right.
and you knew that she was there. What did you go there for?
To confront her for what she did.
Well, you didn't see what she did, but I assume you heard what she did.
My boyfriend admitted to it. So that's why I went over there to confront her.
So you went over to your kid sister's house because you thought she was fooling around with your boyfriend, who confessed to you that he was fooling around with your sister.
Right.
By the way, what did you say or do to your boyfriend?
Well, that's a different story. We got into it before I went over there. But at the end of the day, that's my sister, so I would have took more from her. So that's why I went to go confront her.
Well, that's true. So you expect nothing from your boyfriend so
Well, I
that you're not
expected-
disappointed.
I was more than disappointed with him, but I was more disappointed with her because that's my sister.
I don't disagree with you. I think that that's probably logical, that you would expect more from your sister than you would do from a boy. 'Cause how old are you? No morals. They think with a different organ than most people. But I can understand it. So you went over there to your sister's house where she was staying and you drove there. What did you do?
I started honking the horn, and then she came out, and
So she came out of the house and you are where?
I'm by my car. I walked around it, so I'm by the back door.
And then what happened?
We're going back and forth, yelling, calling each other names. She got mad because I told her that I would sleep with her boyfriend because of what she did. So that's when she threw the rock. And I ducked, so, well, not ducked, but moved out the way, and then it hit the car.
Well, You really didn't mean that when you said that.
No, I wouldn't do
Because
that.
that would be really stupid.
Yeah.
Then you would be the fool, right?
Right.
Have you spoken to each other since?
No.
Okay. Can I see photographs of the car, please? What kind of rock caused this damage?
Like a little boulder. It was like a large rock. Like there's like a little garden and there's rocks around it, and that's the one she grabbed.
Do you have an estimate for fixing it?
Yeah.
$816. Minus $400 is $416. So you lost the loan and she's getting her car fixed. Judgment on the counterclaim in the amount of $416. We're finished. Thank you. So now we're in September. In September, did he give you a check?
So what happened was on August 30th, I was alerted by the bank that my husband withdrew $1,472, funds that were not supposed to be touched. Our lawyers said, do not touch that money.
Was that in a joint account?
Yes.
Stand up. Did you withdraw $1,472 from a joint account?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Because she was transferring money, utilizing that money for other things. And before it all disappeared, I said, I'm withdrawing half of what was mine, and half of the money that was in there.
Just a second. You had an agreement with your respective lawyers not to touch a pool of money. I think we're not going back here years of separation. So at the end of June, how much was in that account, Mr. Cole?
The end of June?
Yeah, when you left.
Nothing. Nothing.
Zero.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything.
Zero. Okay. And who put money in there in July?
It was a tax refund. Tax refund.
So a tax refund came in.
Correct.
In what month?
August, I believe. Yeah, August. We were in court.
So in
September.
August, tax refund went directly into the account.
Yes.
In what amount?
Just under $6,000.
So $6,000 went into the bank in August. Do you remember what date in August?
No.
Do you remember what date in August, Mrs. Cole?
I think it was between August 8th and August 10th of 2016.
And on what date did you draw out $1,472?
Towards the end of the month.
Now I want you to think very, very carefully, Mr. Cole. During that 2-week period, because you said you drew out this $1,472 because your wife was custody of your 3 children, was using that money for other things. I would like you to itemize the other things she was using the money for so that you felt entitled to take out $1,472.
I don't know exactly what it was for.
I mean, was she using it for... Just a second. Did you see money coming out for a spray tan or for breast augmentation?
No.
Then I'd like you to tell me what other things there were that you triggered in your mind an entitlement to remove funds from an account that a judge had said to you, don't touch.
It was the attorneys that said don't touch.
Fine, attorneys.
Okay.
Yours and hers.
And she was taking money out of the account. And
Just
before
a second.
it disappeared.
Well, so then you've changed your statement. Your first statement is she was taking out money out of the account for things that she shouldn't take money out of the account for. Okay? So now you're not saying that she shouldn't have taken money out of the account for frivolous things. It could have been for other things, but you don't know what they were. So I'd like you to tell me how much money she took out of the account.
It was probably in the realm of hundreds of dollars.
No. You went against an agreement with your attorney and you took out an odd number, $1,472. Now, she looks like she's got everything written down very, very carefully. You are standing there with your mother with nothing in front of you. Is it correct that in the month of July, you didn't send $1,400 for the support of your children, you sent $800 for the support of your children?
No.
How much did you send for the support of your children in the month of July?
I don't have that paperwork in front of me.
Well, where did you think you were coming today? To the beach?
We were coming to...
Just a second. Where did you think you were coming? You were coming to the beach? No, this is all leading up to what happened on the date that your former wife, and I'm not usually, if you ever watch this program, you understand, I'm an ecumenical abuser. If I think that she did the wrong thing by going to your mother's house because something was wrong with a check, I'll let her have it. But right now, I'm not getting a good vibe from your side. Because first, you tell me that you touched money that you weren't supposed to touch because she was using it for things she shouldn't have. That triggers in my mind, if I didn't ask the next question, going to get gels on her nails instead of supporting your 3 children who are 15, 13, and 11, okay? And you can't support 3 goldfish on $1,400 a month. Do you understand? Mr. Stoffel, would you go over to that sign over there? Point out your car. You're the one near the stop sign.
That's correct.
Point out the plaintiff's car. He had no stop sign.
That's correct.
Back. When did the accident happen, sir?
June 12th, 2017.
What time of the day did this accident happen?
About 1:30 in the afternoon.
What kind of car were you driving?
1993 Chevy S10 pickup truck.
And you, sir?
2005 Dodge minivan.
Did you have insurance the day you were driving?
I did.
Did you?
I did not at the time. I thought I did.
Everybody always thinks that they have insurance, which is why you're here today. So let me explain something to you, Mr. Stoffel. You had no insurance and you had a stop sign. That means it's your fault.
The insurance doesn't have anything to do at this point in time. I understand that.
No,
because of
the
accident.
insurance has everything to do with it because you're not supposed to be driving a car without insurance.
I understand that.
No,
because of
the
accident.
insurance has everything to do with it because you're not supposed to be driving a car without insurance. But he says that they thought that they had
That's
insurance.
not the typical vehicle I drive. I was switching vehicles. The van didn't have insurance on it.
I don't
thought my
understand.
wife called.
I don't
My
know.
wife thought I
I
called.
don't know. Yeah. You had no insurance. You had no right to be driving a car. And you had a stop sign. Can I see pictures of the accident, please?
Absolutely.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Stoffel?
I'm an office manager.
For whom?
A law office. I can't say.
You have the police report?
It's a crash report, but yes, I do have it.
I have a police report right here, ma'am.
I'd like to see it. And I'd like to see the one Mr. Stoffel has, too.
Okay, this is also the crash report.
Nice report. You have no insurance and you were at a stop sign. End of story.
But the insurance doesn't have anything to do with it, ma'am.
Oh,
I
yes.
proceeded to pull
Oh,
out.
you can't pull
He
out.
struck my vehicle
You can't pull out.
doing the high rate of speed that he's doing. I have a witness saying that he had pulled out earlier down the road, driving
Listen to me-
recklessly.
Listen to me very carefully. His name is Chris.
That's correct.
You have no insurance and you had a stop sign. Your fault.
I understand that.
And
It's
it's
my
your fault.
It's my
No
fault.
insurance.
But yet
no
alone,
insurance.
Yet alone, his
no insurance.
driving, my witness
No
saying
one-
that he was driving
Listen to
recklessly.
me. Not
11
interested, Chris. Do you understand?
Can I say something?
11 convictions of speeding.
Listen, no insurance and a stop sign. That's what stop signs are for.
I know what stop signs are for. But as I go to proceed out, due to his rate of speed based on the witness.
Okay. What kind of car?
A 93 Chevy S10.
Okay. We don't go back that far, do we?
I have the Blue Book value from the NADA Classics because it is considered to be a classic.
Listen to me. Don't give me classic.
Okay.
Not giving you classic.
Okay.
Do you understand? How much did you pay for it and when?
I bought it back in 2014, and I paid $1,000 for it.
Just for my own information. Were you going too fast?
No. No, I had only actually, I come out a block down the road, so I didn't have enough.
No, just a second.
He was flying.
Chris?
He was cruising.
Chris?
He was doing
Chris?
about 65 miles
Chris?
an hour in a 35.
Chris?
There's
I don't,
no way.
Chris, doesn't matter. You don't drive a car without insurance.
It's irrelevant.
Not to me it isn't. Maybe to you. Not to me it isn't.
If he wouldn't have been going so
Now
fast,
you
he
can
wouldn't
put
have
him
even
out.
hit the van.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
He thinks that
Come
this
here.
is a
here.
cocktail hour.
See that door?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the one.
So you're saying the fact that
I'm saying judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. We're finished. Thank you. You are Mr. Glass?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is your girlfriend.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is one child together.
I have one child.
You have one child, not yours.
Not my child.
Mr. Glass, you came and rented an apartment from the defendants.
Yes.
What month?
In the end of February, so it was for March.
What was the rent on the apartment?
It was $1,300 plus a month and a half security, Your Honor.
And how much money did you give them?
$1,950 plus $1,300, so that should be $3,250.
And you moved in March.
Yes, about March 16th to be exact.
Where had you been living prior to that?
I was staying with my mother, and she was staying at MLK.
Did both of you work?
Yes.
So this was the first time you were going to try living together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a lease?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I see a copy of the lease?
I don't believe I brought it with me, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of the lease? I'd like to see it. Okay, so you moved into the apartment in mid-March.
Yes.
Did you move your furniture in?
Yes, that's when we moved everything in.
Okay. And that was all from your apartment where you were living.
Well, we saved our money and we went and brought new furniture.
And then you moved out in mid-April.
Yes, Your Honor.
What you're doing is seeking your security deposit back?
Yes.
Because according to what I read in the complaint, you found that the premises was not as promised.
Yes.
Tell me why.
All right. So basically, like they told me
I don't want you to use the word basically, and I don't want you to use the word like.
No problem, Your Honor. So we moved in, and they told us, they promised everything was brand new.
What is everything?
They told us the whole house was brand new. Everything that they put in, everything was new.
But you saw the place before.
Yes, we saw the place before.
Was everything brand new?
No.
Everything wasn't brand new.
So is what you're telling me they said they would put in new things?
Yes, they told me they would put in a new shower because it looked really bad. Like, it was a gray color.
Okay, so they told you they would put in a whole new shower? Mm-hmm. What else?
And he told me that he was going to put bars on the window, he was going to fix the closet doors, he was going to fix the room door, he was going to fix the cabinets. Actually, he didn't do that. He put one brown, another one light brown, and another white cabinet. So I don't understand how that goes. Then the refrigerator, I told him since the day I saw the apartment.
No. Did he tell you he was going to put in a new refrigerator?
No, because he didn't remove it, so there was no space to put another refrigerator there. The kitchen is very small.
Did he remove it?
No.
Did you bring in a new refrigerator?
No, because he didn't remove it, so there was no space to put another refrigerator there. The kitchen is very small.
What did you do with the other refrigerator?
I left it there. I didn't move it. I just left it there, and I brought myself a cooler until he decided to remove the refrigerator.
We were actually promised that we would get help to remove the refrigerator if it didn't stop stinking, and that never happened.
What else?
We moved in, and they promised everything was brand new, but we have pictures of the tub overclogging because of the paint chipping from the from the inside of the tub. It chipped and it clogged it. When it clogged it, a bunch of worms came up, like out of the shower. And I mean, you can say that it's not worms. They told us that the plumber supposedly said we stuffed noodles into the shower. I mean, I'm a grown man.
No, just a second. Let me start out with this premise, based upon what I've heard so far. I don't want you to be defensive. Two young people saved their money to move into their first apartment together, managed to save up $3,250. They move in, and they move in all of their furniture in March. And unless something is wrong with the apartment, no normal people would move out and go through the expense of moving out a month later. So something has to be wrong with the apartment. Now, they're two young people, and maybe they should have put everything down in writing, what were promised to them. Do you have that?
We have everything promised to us in writing.
I'd like to see it.
Yes. All right, so basically
No.
Oh, sorry about the
First
basically.
of all, no basically. Second of all, just hand it to me.
So they...
No.
Just hand it to her.
All right.
You have a nasty way about you.
Excuse me?
Is this you who are writing this or her?
I don't know.
One.
Which one? I don't know what it says.
It's Dave.
You got a nasty way about you.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, and Your Honor, then we have pictures of it over flooding too.
I'd like to see that. I want to see the premises on there moving in, and I want to see the premises when they moved out.
These are the before pictures. These are the after. The last 2 pages, when they printed, there's a before and an after on it.
What's this a picture of?
The floor.
That didn't happen in a month.
They were there more than a month, and I also have the receipts to show when I paid for the flooring to be put in.
Your Honor, I have the text
And when I bought
messages.
the-
Just a second. Didn't happen in a month.
Your Honor, I have the text messages of exactly
more
when
than
we
a
moved in.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry.
I know when you moved in. I want to know when you moved out.
They were evicted in June. They didn't move out. They were evicted by the courts in June.
And I have that.
When did you move out is my question.
April 19th.
April 19th, we had belongings inside of the apartment, but that was because it was like...
I don't care. If you had belongings in the apartment, then you're there.
We couldn't go back to the apartment because she was threatening me and I had to press charges on Melissa Dempsey.
We have police reports and video recording.
Just a second. Would you just show this to the plaintiffs, please? And show this to the plaintiffs, please? That's all trash. What is this trash? What is that?
That's all garbage.
It's all garbage. It's all trash.
Is that yours?
The trash that's in the kitchen, they claim to clean out the bottom of our kitchen, but all right, this is how I knew.
All I'm asking you is that your stuff?
No, this in the kitchen is not ours. This right here, like the 3 hangers, are ours. Yes, they are. What's
this a picture of?
The stuff they left in the refrigerator, and I believe also in the closets.
When did did you finally move your furniture out?
In June.
In June.
Yes.
So you owe rent for April.
No, we paid April. It's May, June.
So you didn't pay rent for 2 months.
For May and June. Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you go in May and June?
We were staying at hotels.
Why?
Because we didn't really have
They
a
were
place.
threatening us.
They were threatening us. We have videos.
And police reports of them threatening us. She said she
That
was
what?
going to beat me up. She was threatening me, saying she was going to beat me up, this, that, and the third. I have letters stating that she turned off my heater, and I have an asthmatic baby in the apartment. That apartment's too cold upstairs because we're in the attic. So I had to keep my heater on. I pay my own heater.
Who was the last tenant in that apartment?
That would be Hernandez.
And how long was Hernandez?
Over a year.
Prior?
A family that lived there. It was Roman and her
how
children.
long? And how long was that?
Several years. About 10 years.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, he's mistaken. It was Roman lived on the second floor with her family. Her mother actually
that's right.
lived
I'm
in the
sorry.
third floor apartment, which was Roman. The mother lived there for 2.
I'd like you to tell me when this apartment was refurbished, either after Mr. Hernandez or after Miss Roman moved out.
It was after both of them.
You have the receipts for that?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see them. Thank you. What are these things for?
It was the flooring. It's the actual flooring when it was purchased.
I said refurbished, painted.
No, I'm
carpeted.
sorry. We put in new floors. We painted the apartment just one solid color, white.
I asked you when Mr. Hernandez moved out, did you paint and refurbish the apartment?
Yes,
do you have any receipts for that?
That's the receipts for the brand new flooring.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, Your Honor.
Fine.
Ourselves.
Listen to me. You owe them 2 months' rent. Because if your furniture is there, then you're there. Unless there's a reason that you had to leave. I'll hear you about the reason that you had to leave.
Can I show you the video why I don't want to live there, please?
Look, also with this.
No, I can't hear both of you.
Oh, go ahead, babe.
Hello? Yeah, if you want to run your mouth, come to my face and run it. Yeah, you're real cute.
You're calling me, you're mad because you can't replace the refrigerator. Okay. Okay, all right. Don't worry, I will be showing this to the judge. Thank you.
Shut up.
Who said for me to shut up?
I said for you to shut up.
Who said for...
That's not me.
Oh, no, this is not his apartment. Let me tell you something. First of all, I really do not need to shut up because I'm tired of you guys harassing my man and calling him, yelling at him while he's driving. My son is in the car.
That's your mother?
That's my mother. I was just letting you know it's not me on the recording.
Does your mother live with you?
My mother is the owner of the home. She lives on the first floor.
She owns the home where
She's
they live?
owner occupied.
Yeah, that's
yes.
our landlord.
I have power of attorney because my mother is unable to fly to actually come here, and I have power of attorney to be
certainly
here for
doesn't
her.
sound as if she's weak. I want you to tell me, since I read some of your stuff here, I want you to tell me why you think that these young people who saved $3,000 to move in together, bought new furniture, moved in the new furniture, why you think they physically moved out after 4 weeks. Now, I'm not asking you. I'm asking you.
They were moving out because they were not able to get over in every which way they tried.
Just get over with what?
Okay. It started out that there was a complaint that they were having worms coming up out of the tub. I had a plumber come in. There was no worms. I had a fire inspector come and do a
don't want you
report.
to say. I'm going to dismiss your case. Do you understand?
Don't do that.
So they were complaining of rodents coming up.
Correct. Fire report shows nothing to be found.
Next
item was they were complaining about security bars being put on a window. State showed them paperwork. If you want something done like that, you would have to send in a letter of request to us and we'll take care of it.
Next.
According to us, we have security bars.
Next.
The other issue was they decided that everything was going to become a problem. This is broke. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a brand new closet door. The door don't work. I went upstairs, took care of it. The second day, I get a text message. Now the tub is backing up. I took care of it. Following day, comes up again. Other issues. Oh, there's a hole in the closet door. What hole? The doors are all brand new. There's brand new doors put up, brand new hangers. Everything is new. Flooring is new and all.
Now, I don't want you to show me the flooring. I want you to show me everything else that's brand new. I want you to see
all your photos.
No. I want to see paid bills that everything is brand new.
That contractor did everything new.
Listen to me.
We don't have it.
You don't have it.
No.
Because I looked at the pictures. That's not brand new.
The
That
tile-
apartment is not brand new.
No, we never said the entire
Just
apartment was brand
I didn't
new.
ask you to say a word. The apartment was not brand new based on the photographs that you showed me.
Okay.
So what you just said to me was not true. What you just said to me, if you told that to him, it was not true.
There was not.
I haven't heard a reason from you yet why these two young people, and you know, I'm usually pretty sympathetic to landlords, but something has to make sense.
Hey, more. No problem.
Make sense. And it doesn't make sense to me that these two people would save their money, buy new furniture, probably took them a long time to do that, move into a place, and unless something was radically wrong, not with them, but with the apartment and the atmosphere, that they would move out 4 weeks later. It doesn't make sense. They don't look like crazy, and it has nothing to do with getting over.
No, well, there was more. Narcotics use being used. The entire house reeking of marijuana on a daily routine. I have a young child and ask him, please, do not allow this to happen. According to the lease, it is a smoke-free environment.
That's
every day.
Just a second. Absolutely true. You're absolutely correct. I read that in the lease, and there's no question that you were smoking weed. No question in my mind, because you actually acknowledge it in here. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. But he also said that we could smoke on the roof, Your Honor. That's also in those text messages.
I understand. He says, go take a walk or go up on the roof. I understand.
The roof is on our attic.
Listen to me. You have a 3-year-old asthmatic child, according to you. That's what you said. You have a 3-year-old asthmatic child.
Yes, Your Honor, but the child wasn't even able to stay there more than a week because we didn't have bars on the windows. We had problems with the shower.
Right.
I also have the fire department proof that the flooring wasn't done all the way.
I don't want to hear you anymore. I don't want you to say anything unless I ask you a question. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
2 months' rent is what you owe them. There's no question that you were in violation of the lease by smoking in the building. There's also no question that this side, including her mother, had trouble with you right from the beginning. Whatever it is, it wasn't a brand new apartment. All I want to know is, did they pay you the 2 months' rent, or did that come off out of the $4,500?
No, the $4,550 that they're suing for is the 2 months' rent that they've already paid for living in the apartment, plus the security
they don't
deposit.
get that back. Their security deposit was $1,950.
Yes. Your Honor, if I may say one thing, just to explain why all this actually started. 4 days after they moved into the apartment, they both came down because my mother never actually got to meet Veronica. She only met James. My mom explained to them that she wanted it to be more like a family so that we could be comfortable. That's how she likes it to be with her tenants. At that time, Veronica felt the need to ask us if we would provide her with an additional lease with only her and her child's name on it because she gets welfare and she wanted to defraud them and not tell them that she lived with Mr. Glass because then they would cut her benefits.
And they never cut my benefits
we said
because
no,
Glass was on my lease.
we would not provide her with an additional lease. That's when
You
the
did
problem
provide
started.
me an additional lease.
No, we did
yes,
not.
you did. You provided me 3 of them. One with my name by myself, one with Mr. Glass. And
Why did you want a lease just by yourself?
No, I didn't want a lease, but just by myself. They rented to me. Glass wasn't upstairs. They don't want to make that clear. I went upstairs. I went upstairs by myself and spoke to Dave.
Listen to me. I'm really smart. I know all the drills about welfare. Why did you want a lease in your name alone? Give me
I wanted a lease in my name with my son because they were going to cut my food stamps. But then they got the original lease, and the lady, they did cut it about like $117.
All right. Okay. All right. You owe them $2,600 for the 2 months that your stuff was there. They owe you $1,750 for the return of your security deposit, which means...
We have a counterclaim.
I know you have a counterclaim. I've considered your counterclaim. I don't see damage. Do you understand?
Have the bill.
I don't care.
I have the paid bill.
All I'm awarding you to clean the apartment is $250. Do you understand?
And what about the brand new floors that they scratched and put holes in?
Just a second. You're not getting new floors.
I don't want new floors.
Good. Perfect.
But I should still be paid for the damage they created.
They owe you $2,600, and from that, I am deducting $1,750, which is the security deposit, which means I am awarding you on your counterclaim $850. Your claim is dismissed. We're done. And she opened the envelope in front of you.
Yes.
And she opened the envelope in front of you.
No, she did not.
She left.
Right. It was in my mailbox for her.
So you didn't even tell her to come in?
No.
Is there any reason why?
I just Didn't want to. I didn't want to be bothered because it would be complaints over money and complaints over my son, and it is not my job to pay his bills. You're going to say, yes, I did in August, but the fight is between him and her and not me.
You're absolutely right. Just make sure that you don't have blinders on. You may have a 45-year-old son and you may love him. If he does the wrong thing, you have to say to him, Kenny, you're 45. I told you when you did the wrong thing when you were 3 and 6 and 10, and you're doing the wrong thing now. You made these children. She made these children. It's not like she's a bum laying in bed and eating bonbons and saying, you know, you have to take care of me. She works. Right. You work, and your primary responsibility right now is during this transition period with your children, since you're not here anymore, to make sure that they feel secure. And the custodial parent, which happens to be their mother, because Kenny doesn't want the children. Kenny doesn't want the children full time. He's very happy with a part-time. Well, let me ask you this question. I won't even ask you. Don't go like this. Did the stipulation provide that you share custody 50-50?
No, I'm a custodial parent. He gets them every other weekend and one day a week.
That's what men usually want when they're 45, because his girlfriend doesn't want these children around all the time. She may say, I want to be their new mother.
She won't allow the children to be.
She may say, I love them and I want to be their mother. Not so. Not so. I'd rather go to Florida. So you have to take blinders off and just look at it from a dispassionate position. All right, so now she comes over and the check is made out for September 31st. She comes back and she says, do something with the check. And she's angry.
Right.
What did she say to you?
She did not. She wanted me to issue her my own personal check.
No.
Just a second. Yes. Just a second. Let's say she wanted you to issue her your own personal check, and you can say to the Zindi when he comes home from Florida, you're going to reimburse me $1,407 because that's what I gave Lori for the children because you wrote the check out wrong. What's wrong with that?
I had Kenneth on the phone, and he said, Mom, you can change the date on the check because there was a 9, and it could have so easily been made into an 8 for the date, and Lori would not permit me to do it.
Well, you know, he's probably not a bad guy, your son.
Of course not.
Right. Right now, his whole life is being ruled by one organ, and it is not above his neck. Now, instead of saying, I'm in Florida, I don't want there to be any trouble. I wrote the check out wrong. I'll reimburse you as soon as I get back from my vacation. Write Lori a check out for the kids. I don't want her to be aggravated. So that's not what happened. And there was a whole kerfuffle, and she got aggravated and she got hot. And you didn't do anything when she got hot. She left. It was an unpleasant moment. Kenny is laying around the pool at the Fontainebleau in Florida with his girlfriend. Kenny called the police. Would that be a fair statement?
Oh, my
No,
God.
just a second. Just say a yes or a no.
Yes.
Did you call police or
Yes.
did Kenny in Florida call the police?
Yes.
So Kenny is laying around the pool having a drink with an umbrella in it. You're there dealing with his problem. You don't call the police. He does, from Florida. So the police arrive, and you tell them what happened. She came here, she was annoying, she yelled at me and whatever. And according to your answer, the police said, well, if she was that annoying, you can file for a protective order, right?
Right.
So you said, she was nasty. My son is in Florida. Police said I could file for a protective order. You go and you file for a protective order. Not because you called the police and felt threatened, but because Kenny, drinking his margarita around the pool, he thought that you were threatened. So she hires a lawyer, and you go to court. But she had to pay for the lawyer separately from the matter. That's why we're here.
Yes.
Mr. Austin, it is your claim that the defendant is responsible for an accident that you had while you were riding your moped.
That is correct.
Just tell me the date of the accident, please.
June 20th, 2017.
And your moped had a license. It was...
Yep, it was licensed and registered and everything.
And what kind of car were you driving, Miss Austin?
A CTS Cadillac.
What year?
03.
At the time of the accident on June 20th, did the car have insurance?
No, ma'am.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
Because if we had insurance, your insurance would have covered the damage.
Yes.
So this is going to be fast. You're going down the street, you're pulling out of a parking space.
Yes.
And you're pulling out of a parking space, and according to that chart over there, either he swerved to avoid you or your car came into contact with his. Did her car come into contact with yours?
I believe it did.
But you're not sure.
Yes.
But what happened is you are driving your moped down the traffic lane.
Mm-hmm.
She had scrapes and abrasions.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see her pulling out of the spot? She is coming out of a parking space.
Correct.
So you clearly have the right of way.
Correct.
So whatever happened, whether he swerved to avoid you coming out of the parking space or you hit him, your car is responsible. Can I see the damage, please?
Would you like the receipt for the damages?
I would like the receipt for the damages and the medical bills, please.
Sure.
You weren't hospitalized.
No.
You had scrapes and abrasions.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see her pulling out of the spot, Mr.
At
Anderson?
the very last minute, which is why I tried to swerve to avoid hitting her. She was attempting to make a U-turn.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. I mean, if she's pulling out, it looks to me, at least based on here, that she wanted to go in the other direction.
That is correct. She wanted to go in the other direction. She was trying to make a U-turn.
From the parking space.
That's not correct.
Where were
I
you?
was pulling out, yes, I was. But I was not trying to make a U-turn.
Where were you going?
I was attempting to go home.
To go home?
Yes, ma'am.
What time of the day?
10:30 p.m.
Where had you come from?
My son's home.
So you were visiting with your son?
Yes.
And you were going to your house?
Yes.
What's the address of your house?
10th Street Northwest.
Do you know where that is?
Approximately, yes.
In order to get there, does she go straight or does she have to go in the other direction?
The easiest freeway access probably would have been in the other direction, yes.
So she was attempting to make a U-turn. No. You still driving your car without insurance?
No, ma'am. And I do have insurance.
But you didn't on the date of the accident?
Correct.
Oh. Well, you had some serious nicks and bruises and cuts.
Yes.
Sure did.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Actually, when I was pulling out to attempt to go home, to get on the freeway is on 46. So that would make me have to go straight, not to make a U-turn. And I did not hit this man. He laid his bike down himself. And afterwards, he got up. He was fine.
Are you crazy? Is there something wrong with you?
Yes.
Is there something wrong with you?
No,
You're
ma'am.
not supposed to be driving an automobile, a big old Cadillac, without insurance, or a little car without insurance. You're supposed to have insurance, because your insurance would have paid for his injuries, would have paid for his medical bills, would have paid for his moped. The only reason you're here is because you had no insurance, and you were careless, and he was injured. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. Mr. Castro was a friend, and he allowed you to move into his house, and you were paying some modest rent for a room.
Started out at $450. It went
For
up
a
to
room.
$550. Yes.
Mr. Castro, when did he move in?
In July, I think.
June.
June of last year.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. I gave him money in advance, and I
didn't
never
have to-
moved into his home until July because I continued to. My pride was in the way, and I didn't want to move in because I still had things right in my life before I took on the venture of sleeping on his couch.
Listen to me. Shortly after you moved in, you moved your girlfriend in. How much after you moved in did you move your girlfriend in? Just answer the question. Month, 2 months, 3 months? How much after?
She came in with me the minute I came. The minute I showed up there,
Just
she was there.
You have to get your story straight, sir. You signed a complaint, and the complaint which I have in front of me says, I was down on my luck, and he was doing me a huge favor. My co-plaintiff and girlfriend, Lynette, moved in with me shortly afterwards with his permission. That's what you wrote.
Your Honor,
don't look at me confused, sir.
Your Honor, I didn't write that.
Did you read it? You signed it.
Yes, I did. That part slipped my mind right there. I should have outlined that, okay? I thought I had that correct. But the bottom line is, I'm here to be truthful.
Don't give me a bottom line. Listen to me. I don't want to hear a bottom line. I want to hear somebody telling me with a certain amount of consistency what they filed as a complaint, which is what the defendant
The complaint is that I bailed this dude out and he didn't pay his bail.
No. The complaint says a lot more than that, sir. Actually, if that's all you were suing for, and that you were living there and he was arrested and you're suing for bail, that's fine. You're suing for a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
Well, then it becomes, then all the rest of it becomes important. If you want to withdraw the rest of your allegations and the rest of your complaint, fine. I will address the issue of bail only. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
No.
All right, then we're going to go back to dealing with this case my way, not your way.
Yes.
You moved in, you were down on your luck. According to you, did you want to cross that out too? And the fact that he was doing you a huge favor, do you want to cross that out too?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he let you move in.
That's valid.
And after he let you move in and your girlfriend, then you brought in her mother.
Yeah.
Right. And he let you do that. And when did you bring in the mother?
That's a question you're going to have to address with my significant.
My mom didn't come in until November, late November, early December.
Why wouldn't he know that?
Because this is an agreement that was made between them two. I work most of the time, so I was only there in the nights. I would very rarely see Mr. Castro.
He worked. But I did ask Mr. Castro in the beginning if he would have a problem with that. If he did, then my mom...
Just a second. I don't care. I'm just trying to set up what the turf was like. He rented you a room, you brought your girlfriend in, then she brought her mother in, all living in the same room, I assume.
No.
Asked, let's go back to your complaint.
She was on
He gave you the
couch. And if that wasn't outlined in the complaint, then there was a problem somewhere.
Who was on the couch?
Her mother was on the couch in the front room. And she was paying this man $300 extra a month to sleep on that couch. And he was okay with that. That was a financial benefit for him. He would love that idea, obviously, or she would not have been there.
You live with him full time? Good for you.
Yes.
I'm going to get to what I consider is the only cogent part of his complaint, which is the issue of bail. At some point, you told him to leave, or according to you, they left. I don't care. I'm not entertaining an illegal eviction and you having to stay in a hotel. If you work all those hours, you shouldn't stay at a hotel. You should find an apartment for your girlfriend and her mother. Now, let's talk.
That's much easier said than done.
Listen to me. That didn't require an answer. That was a statement. That wasn't a question. Now, Ms. Turner, at some point you were at home. Mr. Fay wasn't there, and there was an argument that took place between Mr. Castro and his girlfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
They got into an argument, and you called the police.
No.
Who called the police?
His significant other.
His girlfriend called the
Yes, ma'am.
police. You did not.
No, ma'am.
I think she called the police on the 13th.
There's no question out there. Is it correct, Mr. Castro, that your girlfriend called the police?
According to my girlfriend, no. She's no longer my girlfriend.
Oh, that's hearsay. Okay.
Thank God.
Did you?
Thank God.
Stop.
I'm almost finished with you. You have to understand that. If you can't control yourself in here, I have no patience for that. I'm too old.
This was my friend. You have to understand that too. You know, this was my friend, and it was an unhealthy environment. And I'm glad.
I'm done. You're gone. Goodbye. You take your case back to the small claims court where it came from. Do you understand?
Seriously?
No, not seriously. Super seriously. Mr. McLeod, you are 18, is that correct?
No, 22.
22. And you get Social Security benefits.
Yes.
For what?
Well, I have a serious back pain that I had since I was 6.
So you've been getting Social Security benefits since you're 6?
Yes.
How do you support yourself?
I do producing.
Producing what?
Music.
For whom?
Well, I have a studio with my uncle right here.
Do you play an instrument?
Keyboard.
How long have you done that?
Well, I'm kind of new at it. So I'm still learning about it.
Did somebody teach you how to play the
Yeah,
keyboard?
my uncle did, yeah.
How long did he teach you how to play a keyboard?
It's been 3 years now.
And what do you do with it? Do you make records? Do you perform someplace?
Well, I do it at my house right now.
What do you mean you do it at your house?
Well, it's like a home-based studio.
Do you make records
I
or
make-
recordings?
Yeah, recordings.
Do you sell them?
Yes.
To whom?
Online, like iTunes and YouTube.
Who manages the business?
My uncle, me, and my grandmother.
Well, so you're a young man, so why do you get a disability?
It was something that my mom kind of started.
But you're not disabled, you work, you make music, you...
Right. Don't know, really.
I mean, I'm just asking you a question because I'm curious about the way your mind is working, because you seem like an honest young man. Let's say your music took off and you were making decent money, really decent money, and you had this extra money from Social Security, this extra $850 a month that you've been collecting since you're 6. Would you still collect it? You guess so?
Yeah.
This is what the case is about. You know the defendant for a long time. I don't know. She has a child with somebody that you know. Anyway, you've known her for a long time, and you needed a place to stay for a while. You moved in with her, and she became your payee on your Social Security. Living with her didn't work out, and it is your claim that she kept a couple of months of your Social Security benefits.
Yes.
Your grandmother had been your payee.
Yes.
And then weren't getting along with your grandmother, so you moved in with her. Took some time. How many months did you live with her in total?
7 months.
And for how many months did she collect Social Security as your payee?
That time, 7 months.
All 7 months. Well, that's impossible, because if you moved in with her, you would have had to have made adjustments.
Oh, well, yeah, it took like 2 months. Yeah.
So that she got no money, right?
Yeah.
So she got no money for 2 months out of the 7 months.
Yes.
And then when you moved out, according to you, she kept 2 months
Yes.
of payments.
Yeah.
Where did you move back to?
My grandmother's house.
That's where you had been living.
Yes.
Where you and your grandmother and your uncle are in business.
Right.
Well, she didn't get paid for 2 months to house you, to feed you, to take care of you. Don't you think she should? You don't know. I don't think that I'm going to give you back this money. Those are the facts. The facts are she kept either 1 or 2 months, and she says you didn't pay 1 or 2 months when you lived there. See,
Well,
you see, Mr. McLeod, the government is soft-hearted. The government wants to be able to help people who can't work,
Right.
even if they're not of age to retire. So then you have Social Security disability. Now, I don't know what prompted your mother when you were 6 years old to get Social Security disability for you. Did you have surgery after you were 6 years old on your back?
Yeah.
What kind of surgery did you have on your back?
It was back surgery, spine.
You had that when you were how old?
6.
6.
That I can remember, yeah.
And then you went back to school. You recovered. You went back to school.
Yes.
Did you ever play sports?
Yeah, basketball, but I couldn't do it for too long.
But you played basketball. Now you work with your uncle and your grandmother in a home-based studio making music.
Yeah.
That's not what Social Security disability is designed for, Mr. McLeod. It's not designed for that. It's designed for people who cannot work, who cannot take care of themselves. That's what the government does. And one of the reasons that the resources of our government are being tapped like this is because people who can work and do work, because they've been collecting Social Security disability for 15 years, still think it's okay. Well, they send it to me and I take it. So your case is dismissed. I'm done. I think that you agree, Ms. Roman, based upon your answer, that there was a time when your father owed his brother some money.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are the executor of your father's estate?
Yes, ma'am.
How much money did your father acknowledge that he owed to his brother?
He didn't give me an exact amount, but he said he was borrowing money to pay house taxes.
Did he tell you when he started to borrow money from his brother?
I want to say 2015.
Is that when he started to borrow the money?
Yes, April of 2015.
And how much did he borrow?
Just under $4,000. It was 2 house payments and a year's worth of property taxes.
Give me the figures.
39.23. I've got it summarized here if you'd like to see.
Okay. So the only issue that has to be resolved is Ms. Roman, as the executor of the estate, since you acknowledged that there was a debt owed to the plaintiff, that should have been a debt that was taken from his estate if there was money in the estate, was there?
Yes, but when my dad was alive, he paid back.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
But that was a debt that would have
Yes,
been
ma'am.
paid. Your father passed away when?
October 2016.
So you're going to show me, because this is your defense. Now we acknowledge that there was a debt, $3,923. So now your defense is that your father paid him back
Yes, ma'am.
during his lifetime. So you're going to show me from April of 2015 to October of 2016 payments to your uncle that were $3,900.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is that fair? You had access to her father's account and
Correct.
withdrew money regularly and paid yourself back. So maybe we can simplify this. Did you have access to your brother's account?
Yes, that's the only way I would do the loan.
Did you pay yourself back any of this money, all or part of it?
14 payments.
14 payments in what amount?
$218 and some odd cents.
72 cents.
200.
18. May I explain that amount?
Sure.
So the loan was for $118, but I took additional $100 out so he can pay his property taxes.
So you so far took out $2,912. That's what I have.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Just a second. Okay. I'm going to get to you in a minute. You acknowledge that you took back $2,900 of the $3,900 that he owed you. That's what you say.
Yes.
She may have more. So that means the remainder of what he owes you would be, if he was alive, would be $1,000. If he owed you $39.23 and he paid you $29.12, what's left is $1,011.
So my math is different. The loan part would be $118.72. Now mine came out to $16.62 of what he's paid me. So that I come up with a balance of $22.61.
In December 23rd of 2015, he took out $1,048, not the $218.72, which makes up your difference that you're talking about.
Yes.
This is a summary, and this is my dad's bank account statements.
Did you ever take out $1,000?
Yes, and I can explain that.
The amount that you took out was in May 218.72, June 218.72, July 218.72, August 218.72, September 218.72, October 218.72, November 218.72, December 1,048. What was the 1,048 for?
Because he was bouncing checks on the house payment. So I go, look at Ben, let me take the whole house payment out plus the 218, and here's a copy of the receipt of the house payment I made.
Well, you added everything together, sir. I said, what did he owe you? And you told me $3,923. And you said that was for 2 house payments and property taxes.
Yes.
That's what you told me before.
Yes.
All of those things together, $3,923. So you've been fully paid.
I don't have a calculator, but I have 14.
I have a calculator.
So
I used a calculator.
So you're saying 14 payments at $118.72 is...
$218.72.
Okay, the extra 100, it was to his property taxes, which I got a copy of that check also.
Oh, property taxes? Whose property taxes?
My brother's house. He was struggling with payment, so we made an agreement that I'll take an additional $100 a month out and pay his portion of property taxes because he wasn't very good at budgeting.
That's not true.
I've got a check here proving that.
He's paid the mortgage payments and the taxes for 5 years, and May needed help at one time.
She doesn't owe you any more money. We're done. What's your last name?
Derek Hanley.
That's your mother?
Yes.
And who is the gentleman with her?
Stepfather.
Okay. Are you part of this action?
Yes.
Great. And this is your girlfriend?
Right.
You have a child together?
Yes.
Who's 5 years old?
Yes.
What were you doing living with your mother and your stepfather?
Well, what happened was they had
Just listen to me.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No. You're going to tell him there's only one attitude here. That's fine.
Sorry.
You're going to tell me why you and your girlfriend with a 5-year-old child were living with your mother and stepfather when you went to live there, month and year. You're going to tell me that.
Okay. It was probably about 10 years ago, I would say.
No. 10 years ago?
No, it was recently.
10 years ago?
No, it was recently.
Try not to speak to each other.
Sorry.
You've been living with your mother and your stepfather for 10 years.
No, it started off 10 years ago.
What started off?
Where I was living with them at a duplex house.
How long have you two been together?
10 years.
How long have you been living with your mother and your stepfather in the current residence before you got evicted?
We didn't get evicted, but...
6 months.
Shh. Did you just say to me we didn't get evicted?
Right.
Okay, good. So we didn't get evicted. You left on your own?
No.
How did you leave?
There was a false restraining order on us.
So you left because your mother and your stepfather got a restraining order against
A false
you?
restraining order, yes.
Okay. Now, when you were living with them, how much rent were you paying?
We started off probably...
No, not started. At the time that they got this restraining order and you were tossed out of the house, how long had you been living with them in the current residence?
Probably only 4 months.
Did you move there from the duplex?
Nope, from another place where we had our own.
So you had your own place?
A couple times.
So after the duplex, you were on your own for a while?
Right.
You, your girlfriend, and your daughter?
Right.
And then 4 months ago, you moved in with your mother and your stepfather?
Right.
Now we're going to go back to the original question, why? It had to be for your economics.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Because you needed a place to stay and you couldn't afford it.
No.
Well,
Right.
otherwise, people usually don't go home to their mothers and stepfathers
Right.
if they can afford their own place. You know, it's like the migratory pattern of Jews. They go from New York to Florida. They never go back. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. So you don't go home to live. Is there something wrong with you?
No, sorry.
You don't go home to live with your mom unless you have to because of economics. So you were living on your own, the two of you, with your daughter, where?
In another town, a couple towns over. No, it was just a small bedroom.
So
it
in
was
an
just
apartment?
no, it was just a small bedroom.
So you were renting a room?
Right.
Were you working?
Yes.
Was your girlfriend working?
Yes.
So why did you move with your mother and stepfather?
Well, she has a third floor that's completely redone. It's got 15-foot ceilings. There's a bathroom. My daughter has her own bedroom. It's really nice. It was empty. It's been empty for the whole time we weren't there. She said, come back there. You know.
She said, come back.
Yes.
Because it was much nicer than
It
where
was
you were
much
living.
nicer, right.
So she was nice to you. She said, come back.
Right.
Move in with us.
Right.
Okay. And you did. So you were renting a room. So you took whatever you were living in the room.
Right.
And you moved into the third floor in your mom's house.
Right.
And I'm waiting.
And what had happened was we had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Just a second. But you went back to try it again because you needed it, because you were living in one room with your daughter.
You could say that, right? Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Not I could say that. That's what you're going to say. It didn't work out before living with your mother and stepfather, so you moved out.
Right.
But things got a little cramped. You were trying to move back, and your daughter is 5. She was going to a school.
Right.
And it was a better school where your mom lives. That's what you said in your paper, right? That's what you.
Right.
I remember reading about it.
Okay.
So now you moved in, and 4 months later, she had to get a restraining order against you, or at least asked for one, because she wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead. Okay. Tell me what happened.
What had happened was I had just got home from work a week prior. We had called the cops on them, actually.
So you called the police on your mother and stepfather.
Right.
Now, you're living in the house, not paying any rent.
No, I was paying rent. I was paying $100 a week.
And you were up to date on your rent?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what you wrote in your complaint. She also wanted us to save our money so we could find a place near them. She told us to pay $100 per month, and we could stay for 1 year. We agreed and moved in. She took our door off the hinges because she tried to collect $100 weekly instead of monthly. You just told me that the rent was $100 a week.
That's what yeah.
But not in your complaint. In your complaint, you said it was $100 a month.
There was supposed to be no rent. She told me that we could save money completely when we were going to move there.
Would you show him this, please, Officer Bird? That's your signature.
Okay.
That's the girlfriend's signature.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yes.
So you came home from work and she told you she wanted the $100 a week instead of maybe $100 a month that you were giving them. And what happened?
Well, the week before, I said we had called the cops.
On them.
On them, right.
Because?
Because she was just coming up there harassing us.
Harassing you for what?
She just was...
Did she ask you for money?
No, she was just harassing us to do errands and stuff. As well as money, yes. As well as money, just a bunch of stuff. We just didn't want to be bothered. She was coming right up there, you know. She left us notes as well. We have them here while we were staying there. Just crazy notes. It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor.
Go.
I know.
You're not stuck there like glue.
Right, exactly.
No, you weren't paying
we
the
were
rent.
only there 4 months.
You weren't paying the rent you were supposed to pay. According to you, you were supposed to, according to what you just told me now twice, because I asked you twice.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay $100 a week, and here you said $100 a month. She came upstairs, she was harassing you. One of the things she was harassing you about was rent and money. Okay, so you called the police on your mother.
Right.
And then?
They said, leave us alone. Then I went to work the next week, 5 o'clock at night. I came home. We're upstairs, minding our own business. A knock on the door. I was like, what's going on? So I went down. It was a marshal saying she had to leave right this instant. 2 days later, I get served saying that I hit her. I never touched her.
Good.
Ever.
Now where are you living?
We're living at a studio place.
Nice. Away from your mother.
Away from her, exactly.
Away from your mother. Very good. If you don't like living with your mother, move out. How old are you?
Exactly.
How old are you?
37.
37. Time to be on your own.
Right.
With your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
It takes you a long time to make up your mind. What stuff do you claim your mother kept from you? Because The marshal came, the marshal allowed you to take stuff with you, and you were only coming from a room. Do you remember you told me that? So now I'd like you to tell me what stuff that your mother disposed of or kept from you.
There was a room with an attic where I had a lot of stuff, but I have pictures here.
When the marshal told your girlfriend to leave, did she leave?
Yeah, she had no choice.
Did she take your daughter with her?
Yes.
Where did she go?
We had to go to a hotel.
And did you, after that date, do you remember what that date was?
I believe it was around,
5/16.
5/16.
After May 16th, pay careful attention, did you ever go back to your mother's house to get any of your property?
I went back once.
On what date?
Probably a week later.
23rd.
23rd.
And who did you go back with?
By myself, I called the police and they gave me
An escort.
an escort. Yes.
An escort. So you went back by yourself in your car?
Yes.
And you took property from there?
What I could take in a little car, yeah.
We're talking about on the 23rd, Mr. Handley. You were there with a police escort. Did anybody prevent you with the police escort? Because I call the police
Sure,
to find
sure.
out. Did either your mother or your stepfather prevent you from taking anything else that belonged to you on the 23rd?
No, they didn't prevent me, but I noticed some stuff was missing.
The case is dismissed. We're done.
No, please, can I?
We're done! When was the engagement over?
The engagement was over when she left August 28th
Of this year?
of this year, 2016.
I'm not interested in March of 2015. What's next?
I have court papers right here I was hoping you can help me with because I've not seen my son since September 25th.
I can't help you with that. Did you file for visitation?
Your Honor, yes, I have. But she's been ducking me. I have not seen her.
You mean she hasn't been served?
She has not been served because I've been trying to get her served at her job, but she has not been working there. I've been looking for her.
All I can do
and
is
I cannot
all I
find
can
her.
do is
she
tell
has
you-
the
I'm going to tell her something. I don't have the jurisdiction to order visitation. Do you understand?
Yes.
All I can do is tell you this. You have a son together? Do you have a son together?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
How old is that child?
10 months.
You left in August?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you work? Do you work?
Yes, I was working.
Did you work?
Yes.
Did Mr. Benson work?
Yes.
Did you work the same hours?
No.
When you worked, who took care of the baby?
I only worked on Saturday. At the time, him.
Eventually, he's going to have visitation with his son. And a judge will order that he have visitation with his son. And when it was convenient for you, when you wanted to work, you found nothing inappropriate about his behavior, so that you left an infant with his father to take care of. So eventually, Mr. Benson is going to be smart enough to either retain a lawyer or himself say that to the judge. Till she left, she worked on Saturdays, and I took care of my son. She left me in charge of my son. So it's going to be a very hard uphill battle for you to say, he can't see him now because now he's dangerous, now that it's no longer convenient for you. If you don't get along with him anymore, that's your business. If he doesn't get along with you, that's his business. But the two of you made a child together, and the child has two parents. And both parents are entitled to be in that child's life. And it is inappropriate for one parent to deprive another parent, put your hand down, to deprive another parent and to deprive a child of the input of a second parent because they don't get along anymore. And whether it was an acrimonious departure or whether it was a happy departure is not relevant. Not relevant. Your son has a right to have the input of both parents, and you picked them. Okay. Now, that's as much as I can do to help you. Now, what you have to do is to get her served. Hire a process
Your Honor,
server and get her
it's hard
served.
when you're dealing with someone that's a liar and a manipulator, okay?
Listen to-
The last time I saw my son was August 25th. Okay.
Mr.
She
Benson, you're not
lied
listening
a
to-
week-
you're
she
not
lied
listening.
and said that I
Mr.
abused my
Benson.
son when I did
That's
not
why I
abuse him
left.
at all, Your Honor. And this is why I haven't seen my son.
Mister,
Okay, I've been under emotionally
get in between
distress. Sure.
I'm going to throw you both out. You're not listening to me. I told you I have no jurisdiction with regard to granting you an order of visitation.
I understand.
I told her what I thought as someone who sat in the family court and worked in the family court for a quarter of a century. And if you get a judge who has appropriate experience, the judge is going to tell you the exact same thing that I did, that you're not supposed to be manipulative with regard to a child that the two of you made together. It was your choice to make a child with him. That's all we're going to talk about with regard to visitation.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Glavin, I read your complaint. About 2 years ago, you and the defendant moved in together and you bought a television set. And you split the cost of the television set that you bought 2 years ago. How much did you put in?
$300.
And you put in $300.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you split up. Now it's 2 years later. She kept the TV and you want your $300.
Yes, ma'am. That was the terms that we agreed to when we split up and split all our stuff.
You mean she agreed to give you the $300?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Not necessarily.
What does that mean, not necessarily? Don't be stupid. If either you agreed to give him $300 or you didn't agree to give him the $300.
Well, he said that he didn't necessarily need the $300 at the time when we were first.
Did you look at me? Don't look at the floor.
Yes, ma'am. When we were first going through the whole breakup situation, he said that it wasn't necessary to give him $300, and I offered. And then I changed my mind.
I want you to tell me exactly how it happened. And don't flumfer.
What does that mean?
Don't waff your answer.
I'm not waffing my answer.
Now, he says that you agreed when you were splitting up the property that you would keep the TV and you would give him $300. And your response to me was not necessarily. So now I want you to tell me exactly what happened.
I offered to give him $300.
What? No, tell me what you said to him.
What I said
He
to him?
said, do you want the TV or do you want me to take the TV? If I take the TV, you give me $300. I want to know what was said, not I offered.
Sorry, I'm trying to process, so I word this correctly now.
Just word me the way it happened.
I'm telling you the way it happened. He didn't... I'm sorry, one moment.
I can tell you if you want, ma'am.
I offered. I didn't agree to anything, and he accepted my offer to give him back his money after he said it's not necessary for you to give me the $300 when I was taking the TV.
What property did you keep that you would acquire together?
That we acquired together, the only thing that he had helped pay for that I kept was the TV.
Okay. And what did you take?
I took nothing that we acquired together.
Is that correct?
Yes, but we only paid for the TV together.
Well, where is the TV now?
The TV is at my apartment.
At your apartment? Well, somebody's got to get the TV and somebody has to pay their share. And I don't know if it's $300, but if you agreed to give them $300, televisions depreciate. They don't stay the same. It's not worth the same now. If she went, you see, if neither one of you wanted the TV, Mr. Glavin, if neither one of you wanted the TV, what the court would do is say, you find somebody to buy it and split 50-50 the proceeds. That sounds fair, doesn't it? Because nobody's going to pay $600 for a television set that you bought 2 years ago and used for 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, do you want the TV?
Yes, I do.
Did you offer to give him the $300, and did he accept that offer?
He didn't originally, and then he did.
I did accept the offer.
Originally?
Originally, I accepted the offer. Originally, she said she was the one that made the original offer of $300. I told her I don't necessarily need the money, but I will accept the offer. And that was the final terms.
Okay, fine. Now, you want to go into this telephone?
Yes, ma'am. When we were still living together at my parents' house before she had moved out, she had taken my phone.
On what date?
On what day?
What date?
I don't know an exact date. Very late October.
Did you subsequently live together after that?
No.
Okay, so late October she left.
Late October. And she saw a text from one of my friends from Orlando, and it made her very mad. And she took the phone and she pressed it against a side of a dresser for leverage and snapped it in half. And after that, I paid the insurance cost, which was $150.
Tell me your version of the phone.
We did live together after I broke the phone because we were still together. We were living at his parents' house at the time because we were in between leases. We were waiting for our next lease to start after our last lease had ended.
This was after our lease had ended.
Yeah. And I was sitting next to him on the bed one night, or it was about the middle of the day, and he was talking to someone, and I asked who he was talking to, and I saw it was some girl from Orlando, and I asked to see the messages, and he said no. So I took the phone, and it was a message. It was a conversation in regards to him cheating on me, and it made me very angry because he...
So you broke the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean...
Good. $450. $300 was an agreed upon arrangement between the two of you for the TVs, which I'm not going to get involved with since you agreed to it, and $150 for the insurance for the phone. We're done. The cabin itself was $860.
Yes.
And you went there with your 4 children and a pet.
Yes. My total cost.
And you stayed there on the 6th.
We stayed there on the 6th.
Did you stay there on the 7th?
We did.
Did you stay there on the 8th?
No, we left on the 8th early.
You left on the 8th? Okay, so you didn't stay either the 8th or the 9th?
No.
And then you, sometime thereafter, complained to whatever banking institution it was that was handling these transactions, and you were issued a refund.
Well, they falsely advertised. So when we rented the cabin, they advertised it as zip lining.
May I say it, please?
Yes. Yes. So my family and I...
Just a second.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which is why we're here today.
That's right.
Because you believe that you are entitled to, you say $842.60. That's what you're suing for. How much was taken out of your bank? Is that what was taken out of your bank?
That exact amount plus some small fees.
$842.60. Okay, now you're going to tell me why you don't owe him that money.
Well, they falsely advertised. So when we rented the cabin, they advertised it as zip lining.
May I say it, please?
Yes. So my family and I...
Just a second. So sometimes in the wintertime there's skiing.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Skiing's very good.
And you were going in what month? August. So you weren't going skiing?
No.
Well, this says cheap ski and zip lines, okay? I read your answer, and your answer says that when you got there were no zip lines.
They had closed their doors.
Well, they don't own the zip lines, right?
But they...
Just pay attention. They don't own the zip lines.
Right.
There was no skiing either, right?
No.
You could have found out that there were no zip lines too. All you had to do was make a phone call.
Well, the zip line was there when we rented it. If it closed its doors, so we rented it in June, or paid it in June, July 14th, which I have a picture, they closed their doors. And if we had been, right, was a small town, if they had notified us, I think it's their responsibility as a cabin to notify
It
us.
certainly is not their responsibility to notify you. It's your responsibility. If you like hiking, if you like fishing, if you like zip lining, it's your responsibility. They rented you the cabin. At the time that they rented you the cabin, based on this, if I assume that this is advertising, this was perfectly accurate. At the time you rented it, it was perfectly accurate.
Yes. I also sent Barbara an email letting her know that my whole family was coming out, my daughter from New York, my other daughter from Northern California, specifically for zip lining, and that's why we were renting the cabin.
You know, the world is all about your responsibility. Your children were coming out. You get on the phone and say, by the way, not to them, to the zipline company, which was operational when you rented the cabin. If you have any doubt whatsoever that it's in operation, then you get on the phone, you say, is it in operation? But you can't just stop payment on leave. You rented the cabin. Somebody may just want to go there for hiking and not ziplining. I certainly wouldn't want to go any place for ziplining. I might want to go for the outdoors and walk around trails if it's pretty there. But I don't understand why it was paid for, why you left.
Because there was nothing to do. Wrightwood's a very small
children
town.
who came to visit you from thousands of miles away, and you have this lovely cabin, and you couldn't find something to do with your children for 2 other days, like go out and prepare great dinners and sit around and talk to each other. I assume you don't see each other regularly.
We don't. The older ones, no.
And you're telling me that there was nothing that you could do with your family that you don't see regularly if there was no zip lining in what looks to me like a beautiful environment?
Well, we weren't enjoying the environment, and my children didn't want to stay.
Yeah, well, then you have spoiled children. But it's not their responsibility to keep you abreast of the comings and goings of business. You rented the cabin, you rented it for 4 days, you have a responsibility to pay for it, and you have your responsibility, because there's no false advertising here. You paid for something. You saw this, you liked it, you knew there was no skiing. At the time that you rented it, there was in fact zip lining. It closed subsequently. I mean, I'm going to give you an example that is way out. What if it closed the day before you got there because there was a death? You think you would be entitled to your money back?
No.
But what if it closed 2 days before you got there because somebody who was ziplining got disconnected and broke their neck, and they closed it down until they figured out whether it was safe? You think you'd be entitled to your money back?
No.
Mr. Case, the defendant is your former girlfriend, and you have 1 child together. That child is how old?
6, Your Honor.
And it's a little boy, and you have primary physical custody of him.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had primary physical custody of him for several years.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The defendant shares custody with you in the summertime. Is that my understanding?
That just recently came back.
Just recently?
Yes.
Now, the lawsuit is relatively simple. Each of you are accusing the other of initiating legal proceedings with regard to the other in family court, which cost you both a lot of money, and you want the other to compensate you for the legal fees that were incurred as a result of these frivolous court actions. So I'm going to ask you both one simple question. First, did either of you make application for counsel fees against the other when you were in family court?
No, Your Honor.
Was there a reason for that?
The mediation did not work.
What do you mean the mediation didn't work?
We were required to go to mediation and talk with the parenting coordinator, and we were unable to be civil and work things out, so we went to a trial.
Well, but when you go to a trial, then at the end of the trial, if you have a lawyer, then the lawyer says to the losing party after one case is dismissed and the second case is dismissed, I want counsel fees because this is a frivolous action. Did either of you make that application after the trials?
I did not, because my lawyer advised me that they would not award it to me.
And you?
I never did.
She did. She did file for $700.
In
legal fees, yes.
Was that denied?
Yes.
It was denied by the family court judge.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is not correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see if he probably has something to demonstrate that your attorney did make an application for legal fees. And
I have, it's all right here, Your Honor.
Okay, let me take a look.
This is the most recent order where everything was dismissed.
Does that mention the legal fees? Does this mention the legal fees?
It should, yes.
It should. I'm not going to read this whole thing.
Well,
find it.
Denied motion.
We're just talking about legal fees. I understand that promotions were denied. Show me in the order. That's all I want to see.
Right here in the court. I got it in the court docket where it was all denied. You can look over this whole docket.
I don't want to look over the whole document. I want you to take a pen and circle where it says motion for counsel fees by Miss Aldrich is denied. That's it. That's an easy thing.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It was right here. This is part of it. For some reason, it's not in the court docket, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
If it's not in the court docket, then it's not there. All right. Now, I'm going to address one part of your case, sir, because that's going to be dispositive for me with regard to the entire case. There's no question, Miss Aldrich, that Mr. Case has legal custody of your son, either given to him initially by you or awarded by a court after a trial. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that is after a full fact-finding trial. The court, clearly by awarding him physical custody, determined that he was a more appropriate parent. That's what the courts do.
Right.
They say between two people. So that's a given. Now, this is what I understand, at least in part, started all this trouble. You had primary physical custody. According to you, at some point last year, your son came home from a visit with his mother. According to you, he had a bruise.
Multiple
Bruises. And you asked him what happened, and he said to you, in effect, Mommy's boyfriend hit me.
Actually, I picked him up from the
No,
visit.
listen to me. Did I say anything that was untrue? I may have said it in different words, but is anything that I said inconsistent with your complaint?
No, you're correct.
Fine. I actually tell the story better than you do because I get to the point. So this is your story. Your son comes home, tells you that his mother's boyfriend hit him, which is why he has bruises. At some time, subsequently, Miss Aldrich notified you that she was going on vacation for a week, wanted to take a son with her, and you also ascertained that the boyfriend was going on that vacation. So far, correct?
Correct.
How much time after you noticed these bruises was this vacation supposed to take place?
I'm not sure approximate date, but I filed for a protection order against her boyfriend.
Immediately?
Actually, I made a police report. As I picked him up, I pulled over a police officer as I was driving down the road.
So you made a report immediately?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you initiated a protective order with your son as the beneficiary of that protective order, keeping Miss Aldrich's boyfriend away from your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you and your boyfriend go away together with your son on vacation?
No, ma'am.
The boyfriend didn't go?
He was not allowed.
But you went?
I sure did.
And you took your son with you?
Yes, ma'am.
That was after a hearing. Was there ultimately a hearing on that protective order with regard to the boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened with that case?
It got dropped.
When you say it got dropped, or did it get dropped, or did it get dismissed?
It got dismissed. Ralph didn't have any evidence.
Well, that's your conclusion. Did you have a trial?
I did not go. I was on vacation at the time.
You mean to the hearing? Did the boyfriend go?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Thank you.
Last name, sir?
Mr. Gould, or Gould.
Mr. Gould, you went to the trial for the protective order. And was the protective order granted?
No, the protection order was dropped.
When you say dropped, it was withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
Okay, that's a different story. Do you understand, Miss Aldrich? That doesn't say didn't have any evidence. That means that Mr. Case had accomplished his mission, which was to prevent the boyfriend going on vacation with you and your son. So, mission accomplished. I don't have to proceed with this anymore. Now you can sit down.
Thank you.
I'd like to see the police report.
Police report, divine motion, and incident report. Emails, attorney fees.
Stop
and
talking to yourself, please.
Sorry.
Only old
Sorry,
people
Your
talk
Honor.
to themselves. Okay, so let's get to first, Miss Aldrich, with regard to your counterclaim. Based upon this police report alone, it's dismissed. Your counterclaim for the plaintiff filing frivolous actions against you. I must assume that prior to this incident, which occurred on June 4th, 2016, that you had been enjoying visitation with your son on some weekends, correct?
Correct.
How long had you been enjoying visitation with your son? A month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year?
Years.
Years. And this was the first police report that was filed.
Yes, magistrate.
Okay. And the 4th was the actual date that Mr. Chase picked your son up from visitation at your house. The officer's narrative, and I'm not quoting him, I'm quoting what the officer said that your son said to him. Your son said to the officer that the boyfriend hit him, which resulted in the bruises on his legs, shins, and back. That's what the boy told the officer. The officer documented that with photographs because the officer said, I saw the bruises, I documented them with photographs. So the plaintiff had every reason to file for a protective order against Mr. Gould based on this. As a matter of fact, he could have been charged with a neglect if he did not do so, knowing that Mr. Gould was again going to be alone in his company without his father present when you were on vacation. Now, you don't know, I don't know, certainly, and I'm not going to get that information here today as to whether or not the plaintiff coached your son to say that. However, based upon your statement to me that you have been having weekend visitation for years without incident, I have to assume that there wasn't an ongoing pattern of trying to disrupt your visitation with your son, but this was an incident that caused his custodial parent some alarm, coming back with bruises. Your excuse to the police officer who spoke to you was, we just took the training wheels off his bike and he fell. That was your reason. So he had every reason to do what he did. So your application for counsel fees is denied. You did what you were supposed to do. What counsel fees do you think you're entitled to?
Just to all the emergency motions that were filed.
Well, she filed an emergency motion as a result of you are trying to preclude her going on a long-standing vacation to allow her to take him. That's perfectly reasonable.
And also for relocation and to file for the custody when there was no extreme change of circumstances.
Well, listen, did you relocate?
No, ma'am.
Did you try to get an order of custody so that you could relocate?
Not for relocation purposes.
For the child sorry.
What do you mean for the child?
It was a relocation for the child, so she would be full custodial parent and not me.
Oh, she filed for change in custody.
Yeah, it just said relocation on the order.
Listen, that happens, and that was just resolved, and it was resolved clearly in your favor. You retained primary custody, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So that there was some benefit for the defendant in bringing on an application because instead of weekend visitation, she now gets partial summer visitation, right? But the defendant's visitation rights were expanded as a result of the last order in May. That's a yes or a no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Your case is dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
I only have one other thing to say to you. Your son is 6. You're going to be parents of him. He's going to be living with you probably for the next 12 years. I'm speaking. Try listening. Put on your listening ears, Mr. Chase. I think you're a very nice guy, and you're a good parent, and you've parented this child reasonably well so far. I see no indication that you have not, which is all a wonderful thing, and I give you credit for that. However, I'm going to tell you this. Both of you didn't make this one child to make his life miserable, I assume. You made this child either on purpose or by accident, but you made this little being who didn't ask to be born. So don't make us like crazy. Do you understand?
I understand.
And your primary responsibility when your son is with you is to him, period. Nobody else. And I guarantee you that if you had primary custody of your son and he went with his father for a weekend and you picked your son up and he had bruises, which your son clearly did, and your son said that his girlfriend hit him, you would have done nothing less, right?
Correct.
Good. We're done. Is there someone whose name is Dusty here? That would be you.
Yes.
You are the plaintiff's wife?
Yes.
Are you together?
Not at this moment, no.
And you are appearing as a witness for him?
Yes.
Interesting. Now, Mr. Barnes, you lived with your wife in a rental property that is owned by the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
Your wife's name was on the lease. Your name is not on the lease.
Yes.
The defendant knew you were there. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Oh, that's not true. Then your counterclaim is dismissed because your counterclaim is that he was supposed to fix a shed for you. You paid him to fix the shed. He never fixed the shed, and the materials disappeared. Well, why would you pay? You mean he was just a maintenance guy that was around, so you knew he was living there?
Yes.
So why did you say no?
It's been a rocky relationship, and they split up a number of times.
That's okay, but you knew he was living there.
I did know, yes.
Okay. And you knew he had been living there for a long period of time, as long as Dusty has lived there? How long was Mr. Barnes living there? When did you move in, Mr. Barnes?
October 19th of 2015.
And on what date did you change the locks?
November 9th, 2016.
You can't do that. So his lawsuit is for an illegal eviction and for some property that he claims was lost somehow. You have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is some damage that was done to the house by this person who you first said that you didn't know was living there, and something that has to do with this shed that he was supposed to build for you. Okay, what I find is curious. Did you bring him today?
We flew together.
Because the story is a rather convoluted one. According to Miss Howell, you advised Miss Howell that you and the defendant were once again off again. You were leaving. Is that right?
Yes.
I could stand up over there. When did you tell her you were leaving?
It was like November, a little after November.
And when was Mr. Barnes, the last night that Mr. Barnes stayed at the house?
I have no idea what was the last night.
What was the last night you stayed at the house?
It was like November 10th, somewhere in a little over the first week. I'm not sure of the date either.
Well, she changed the locks November 9th, so it had to be before.
Yeah, it was 2 days after after Dusty left. It was 2 days that Miss Howell came over there and changed the locks.
And you left in November?
Yes.
Had you paid November's rent?
Yes.
Who paid it?
My name is on the receipts.
Who paid it?
He did.
How much was it?
$575.
Mr. Barnes, who gave Miss Howell the rent?
Miss Howell is at the office when we go to pay the rent. We both went in there and we paid the rent. I got receipts.
And it was accepted?
Yes.
Why did you change the locks?
Because I got text messages to show you that Dusty had moved out and that Harold had changed the locks on the house and that she had turned off the...
Okay, just a second. So you show me where she said that Harold had changed the locks on the house. Did you change the locks on the house?
No, ma'am, I did not.
So show me. Did you tell her that Harold had changed the locks on the house?
No.
I'd like to see that.
Ma'am, the only locks that I put locks on the shed. I put a door on there, and I put a padlock and a locked a door handle one that had a key to it also. But I didn't change no locks on the residence whatsoever.
What locks were you talking about? You say you went to get the things that he has changed the locks. Did that have to do with the locks on the residence?
The house, the door lock from the house were put onto the shed, and then they haven't got new locks for the house.
What kind of lock? You mean
like a regular door, the front door lock.
The question is, were you able to get into the house to get your things?
Yes, I was.
So what did you say to her, that you went back to the house to get your things, but he went and changed the locks? What does that mean?
He had changed the locks. When my daughter and I went to get my things, he had changed the locks. That's what he said at the time.
Just a minute. Did you go there, or did he tell you he changed the locks?
And he told me that he changed the locks.
Did you go there?
Yes.
Were the locks changed?
Yes.
So you couldn't get in?
As far as I knew.
It doesn't really make any difference. You knew he was there. You had accepted his rent. You had no right to evict him. That's what he's suing for, an illegal eviction.
Okay.
Well, you know that you have no right to. Is this your only rental property?
No.
Sure, you can tell me what happened.
What happened, can I tell you? Okay, so I had given him an application. I thought March, I've got a note from her saying this is her fiance and he would like to be on the rental agreement. So I gave him an application and they never turned it back in.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
you
so
knew he was a tenant. You accepted his rent.
Right.
You
So
knew he was a tenant. You accepted his rent. You have to give him notice.
She gave me 30 days notice that she was moving out. She did.
Just a second.
Okay.
On what date?
November 4th. I've got a 30-day notice.
From her?
From her.
Did you find out about him?
Yes.
What did you do to find out about him?
I've got notice that he would move out on Monday of November. He gave me notice he was moving out as well. She had
Just a second. Show me where he said, I'm moving out. What?
Ma'am, she had already moved the property, all my property, from the residence prior to me even saying nothing like that.
Just a second. On what date did she remove your property from the residence?
She removed the property on, well, you're saying it was on the 11th, 2 days prior to all that. When Dusty gave notice, that's the day I was still in the house, and I texted her and told her I wanted to be there and I wanted to keep paying the rent. I've been paying the rent also.
Well, you had paid rent for November.
Yes, and then she came 2 days later and changed the locks and removed all my property. Every stick of property in the house was gone. She gave it to one of her tenants. She took my couch, my love seat, and everything I owned and gave it to a tenant.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I've got a picture here of Dusty moving her things out.
Dusty can move, listen to me. Dusty can move her things out. You have no right to move his things out. You have to go to housing court if you want to evict him and evict him. He had been a tenant for over a year. You accepted rent for him from the month of November. In the month of November, you changed the locks and put his things. I don't know what you did with them, but you had no right to do that.
I didn't touch his things. Dusty moved all of his things, all of his possessions. She took hers and put all of his in the shed, in the lock shed.
So what you're saying is, listen, I don't know whether she knows what today is. Did you take all of his stuff and put all of his stuff in the shed?
The things were removed from the house, his things, and put in the shed.
By whom?
By Peggy's husband and a maintenance man.
Were you at home when that happened?
I was there when all of this was happening.
Okay. So you were there, he was not.
Right.
And did you tell them to move his things from the house into the shed and secure them?
Yes.
You told them that?
Yes.
And they did it?
Yes.
Are either one of those people here today?
Yes. The gentleman.
You moved his things.
I helped.
Just a second. You moved his things. Who do you work for?
I was with my mom at the day,
So this is
helping
your-
them,
just a
helping
sec-
my mom.
I'm her mom.
Just a second. Who were you working for?
Nobody. I'm not working for anybody. I was helping my mom move her things out and just helping them
Who
clean
was
up.
with you?
It was me and Peggy's husband, and there was
That would be you.
Yes.
Did you help move his things
Yes, I did.
out of the house into this shed? Well, that's all I want to know. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Your counterclaims dismissed. You cannot illegally evict someone who you know has been a tenant for a year because you chose sides in a domestic dispute. Now, you knew, and if you have other rental property, you know that if you have a de facto tenant who's there and has been there for over a year and you've been accepting rent, put your hand down. Okay. And you've been accepting rent from that person, you have to say, you're not on the lease, I'm giving you notice. Then they may or may not leave. But you can't summarily eject somebody who you've accepted rent from, at least for the month of November.
I've got a signed agreement that he agreed to vacate.
Before or after you moved his things? Look at me.
After.
Look. After. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Thank
We're
you,
done.
ma'am. She knows the law. She knows she can't do that. She did it anyway.
She knows the law. I thought as of October 1st, when I was at the property, he was not there.
And what she said about me moving out prior, no. She took my property and gave it to one of her tenants.
Make sure they sign the lease.
Time to move forward by myself.
Mr. Janet, the defendant was a tenant of yours, and she was a tenant of yours through a Section 8 housing, which means that Section 8 housing paid part of the rent, and you paid part of the rent consistent with your income. It is your claim that the defendant left the house in a terrible state and in addition took some furnishings that didn't belong to her. The defendant says that she bought your furniture and that she wants her security deposit back and that whatever things she took from the house, she had purchased, things like faucets and things she replaced. Well, let's deal with that for a moment. I read your answer, Ms. Henderson, and it appeared to me that you did replace some knobs or faucets in the house. That's what you said?
Yes.
Did you put the old ones back when you left?
The old ones were kind of like ruined a little, so I replaced it brand new. I upgraded the furnishings in the sink, and I left the sink there, and I did replace all the blinds with brand new ones.
And you left them there?
Yes, I left them.
Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I have the proof right here stating from the guy who did the labor and the repairs, and he just sent the receipt to me.
What I'm asking you is, did you leave it there?
Yes, I left it there.
Did you take pictures of it?
Yes, well, I didn't take pictures of them, but I do have the receipt and the man who did the labor.
Oh, I understand that you may have done it. He says that you didn't leave them.
He says a lot of things that are not true.
Maybe. When you left, did you do a walkthrough of the house?
Did, Your Honor, and that...
Together?
No, she wouldn't make an appointment. I called, I have to check my calendar, and I never heard back.
Okay. You were taking back this property. She was a tenant for how long?
Almost 2 years.
3 years.
And you were taking back the property because you wanted to move back into the country?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we agreed upon the Section 8 doing the checklist, the passing list, and I have the passing list through housing right here.
I'd like to see.
Okay.
When did you move out, Ms. Henderson?
On the 27th of February, and that was the exit report.
Well, this is February of 2015.
Well, I don't have the up-to-date one, but Mr. John Janet has the same copy that I have also. But the exit inspection, he has the same
Do you
one.
have an exit inspection from
City of
Section
Carlsbad.
8 housing?
I have an inventory checklist. After she left, there was an inventory done of the property.
By whom?
Well, the housing gal was there. I have a letter from housing that she took some pictures. She couldn't believe it. She just couldn't believe the
Not
destruction
true.
was so extensive.
Just a second.
Not true.
Do
I
you
have the
have
pictures.
something from housing in February? You vacated in February.
Yes.
On or about February 27th or the beginning of March that indicates the condition of the house.
He wouldn't bring that, Your Honor, because that would be defeating his whole purpose if he brought that list with him.
You should have it.
I know. I thought I brought both of them. I did. But I wouldn't
Shoulda,
be-
woulda, coulda. That
Right,
comes
but I-
under the category of shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I wouldn't continue on Section 8 if I destroyed his home. They wouldn't let me continue on there.
Ms. Henderson, I don't know that at all. I just need the document. Okay, do we have the document we were looking for?
I believe we do, Your Honor. There's also a letter from the
I
housing
just want to see
inspector.
the document, please.
Yeah, I'm saying that is part of the documents.
It's not part of the document. The document is that one paper underneath the picture.
And it has the last inspection that was done in there included, Your Honor. Too much.
Second.
It's a little too much.
This
There's
is
a lot more.
nothing. Okay. This was done in December of 2016.
She put that one off and told housing couldn't do it, come back another time, and was able to stall them.
So everything passed.
Yes, ma'am. And I moved on to my next place.
Now, Mr. Janet, there were no notes on here other than it said unit passed inspection, new kitchen faucet, screen door, and sliding door handle were being installed during the inspection.
Well, if the screen door was installed, Your Honor, it's bent in half laying out on the deck. And the faucet that was installed is laying there, never mounted down. It's a $20 plastic faucet, and the one that was originally there disappeared.
Well, this is from an independent person, the same person
understand.
who inspected
But,
the
Your Honor-
property, and it says the unit does not pass inspection. The smoke detector and carbon monoxide need to be in working condition. Okay, so they make notes if they see something
Right.
that isn't right. The exit inspection, everything passed, and there were no notes on here.
Your Honor, a housing inspection does not include anything in regard to the furnishings, and they do not care if the carpeting is ripped up and holes pulled in it by an animal. They don't write that down, Your Honor. That's the problem. I would have known a long time ago what was happening.
Maybe. Now, let's talk about your furnishings, because that's part of your lawsuit, that she took furnishings that didn't belong to you. What furnishings did she take that didn't belong to her?
Okay.
Everything that was in the place.
The before?
Bird?
Sure.
These are pictures of the furnished apartment that she moved into.
Got it. Now, this.
When I moved in, the beds had bed bugs, so we called waste
Not
management.
talking. This is not a bed. This is a table and chair. Where is it?
$1,800. I purchased all the furniture when I moved in. I paid him $1,800.
Just a second. You paid him
Yes.
for all the furniture.
Yes, but
I'd like to see proof that because you took all this furniture. I'd like to see proof that
It was
you
through the
paid
property
him.
management. I paid through the property management. And I also have the pay stubs for my
Just a
checking
second.
account.
Did she ever buy your furniture?
Yes, we did, Your Honor. We
No.
we were going to.
He just said yes.
If you interrupt me again, I'm going to find in his favor. Do you understand
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Did she buy your furniture?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm used to ma'am from the military. No, Your Honor.
Just a second. You first said yes, and then you said
I
no.
thought you meant, did you buy new furniture?
No, I said, did she buy your furniture?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So is what you're telling me you were renting a furnished apartment to her?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much was the rent on the furnished apartment?
Initially, I think it was like $1,900 for the rent.
Do you know what this is?
I have a copy of the rent portion.
This is a fraud made up by somebody, Your Honor. It's a fraud. Total. It's a joke. She's done that before when she said I bought something.
Just a second. Nobody sold you all this furniture for $1,800.
No, Your Honor.
Don't believe it.
Your Honor, it's the truth because when I moved in, the beds got removed by waste management.
I don't care if you removed the beds. Listen, I'm looking at these pictures.
And it didn't look like that when I moved in, Your Honor. I promise you it didn't. The beds, it didn't look like that. The beds or the couches didn't look nothing like that. And I had a 1- and 2-year-old, and I told them that the glass tables couldn't be there because of my kids. So he removed those when I first got in. So the only thing was left there was 4 chairs, like 4 little white chairs, rocking chairs, and that's it. And the beds were removed.
You know, I'm not believing you.
I'm
not believing you because, don't tell me it's true. I'm not believing you because if first you tell me that you paid $1,850. Hey, first you tell me you paid $1,850 for all the furniture in the apartment, and then you tell me that there were only 4 little chairs there.
It was because the beds were removed because they had bed bugs.
So you didn't want the beds.
Exactly.
Just a minute. So you didn't want the beds. So you want me to believe that you paid on Section 8 housing $1,850.
I did. I did.
Let me finish the question. I'm going to finish the question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that you paid $1,850 for 4 little white chairs.
It wasn't just 4 little chairs. Yeah, there was appliances there too, like a toaster and a microwave and things like that.
No, not things like that. What about table and chairs?
No, they
dining?
were removed. They were removed because they were glass, and I had a 1- and 2-year-old. It was dangerous
Just a
for
second.
them.
So is what you're telling me you paid for it and then had it removed?
No, I didn't pay for that. He had it removed by by the property management.
So I want you to tell me what it was that you paid for.
I will.
$1,850.
It was
4 little chairs.
The kitchen was all furnished with all appliances. It had every spoons and Tupperware and bowls and cups and stuff. And I had nothing when I moved in there. So and it had 4 chairs and it had some comforters and some sheets and things that I do believe that came up to about $1,800. I had my income tax and I did pay him that much for that. Around the time that I moved in, I did just get my income tax money and I paid him for that.
I don't believe you.
It's the truth.
So we have carpets.
I have other pictures that are better.
You have stickers on the doors.
Those are a lot clearer.
What is this a picture of?
I don't know, Your Honor. There were so many things that were jerked around and reworked that I didn't even know the place when we finally walked in. I just stood there.
I've never met Mr.
Couldn't
Johnson
believe
until
it.
today. I've never seen him. He never been on a property where I was there, and he didn't know what was in there when I moved in. This is the first time I've ever saw him.
That's a lie,
Ever
Your
met
Honor.
him. I went through a management company, so maybe he don't know what was in there left or not, but it wasn't him that I went through. I never dealt with him.
I would like to speak to the inspector who did the inspection of this property. And we're going to recall this case while I try to have one of my clerks back there get me a number for this inspector. And if you have the number, that would make...
So mine's and theirs is totally probably different, but I don't know what happened. But I know when they came in to see me that it worked.
Those pictures are when you moved out. I walked in there and fell over.
I just want to speak to the inspector who did the inspection. Where's the number? I don't see the
I have a number for you right here. 760.
Miss Henderson, Mr. Janet, the people who did the inspection from the government decided it would not be a good idea to speak to anyone about anything at any time, anywhere at all. They don't think it's a good idea to get involved. As a result of that, let me tell you what I did. I looked at the before pictures of the kitchen, the way it was when you moved in. And then I looked at the pictures of the kitchen when you moved out. Compare the kitchen and compare the inside of the stove.
I had professional cleaners come in
Just
to
a
clean.
second. Just a second. Compare the outside of the stove. This didn't happen in a couple of weeks. That happened in the years you were living there, which means this place may have passed inspection because the smoke alarms worked and the carbon monoxide worked. Maybe whoever inspected said, this is just dirt and it doesn't make it uninhabitable, it just makes it disgusting. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
No, I don't. Because they wouldn't have passed me with a stove like that. I mean, that's on a checklist.
Well, that's the stove. I compared it to the stove that was in this
I don't know where
picture.
he got these pictures from, but the pictures you're showing from before, that's my pictures. So I don't know where he's getting these after pictures from. It's not true.
Absolutely. I compared the two.
Right, and the one you got before pictures, that's how I left it.
This is how you left it.
Minus the
This
counters.
is how you left it.
That's how I left it. And minus the counters being chopped up, I did do that. I did chop up the counters, but other than all the other stuff he's showing, I don't know where he got those pictures from.
Great.
So I don't believe that to be
Well,
true.
let me ask. I don't care what you believe.
I believe that
why
I did
you?
destroy.
Why did you chop up the kitchen counter?
I didn't know any better, and I do take responsibility of that. I do. And the carpet may be dirty, and he needs to replace and clean it. But that's it. But other than that, those pictures came from when I left.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Your counterclaims dismissed. We're done.
Nobody should have to endure the kind of trashing that place took.
They wouldn't have cleared me and let me move on to the next place.
The destruction was immense.
He really wants as a monster. He's a very slumlord. So I'm okay with the verdict.
I'm out of it. I'm out of it. We've got each other. That's all I want.
Miss Smith, how old are you?
19 years old.
And how old are you, Mr. Ramon?
21.
How long had you and Miss Smith been dating?
Since about February of last year.
It appears, Miss Smith, from what you say, that you were staying over at the defendant's house, and that was January of
Yes,
this year. Had you done that often?
Staying at his house? Yes, ma'am.
With your mother's permission?
Yes.
What time had you arrived at his house on the 28th?
I'd say probably around 2 or 3 in the morning.
You got there at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yes, I was out of town with some friends that night, and when I got back in town, I went over to his house and saw him.
Where had you been?
Winona.
What were you doing there?
Seeing friends, hanging out.
Why didn't you go home?
I just didn't want to. And he invited me over, and I said okay.
Well, you live at home with your mother. I'm just trying to put this all together. And you were out with some friends, getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Could I ask you a question? 19 years old, lives under your roof, so you control the air, you control the, what goes on in your house. Had your daughter told you she was going to be away for a couple of days?
It's not unusual for her to go to Winona. I have a 24-year-old that lives in Winona. So when she goes out there, sometimes she will stay the whole weekend.
Okay, so when did she leave?
I would imagine she left that
I left that Friday.
Okay. Did she tell you she was going to Winona for the weekend? Is my question.
Yes, ma'am.
How did she get there?
Driving.
Whose car?
Mine.
So you loaned her your car to go there?
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna figure it all out. Okay. So your daughter lied to you and told you she was going to Winona for the weekend. She went there for the evening, and then she went to her boyfriend's house at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Well, can I say something quick?
No, I'm not talking to you. Just so that we get this clear. Because, I've had teenagers too. She didn't tell you she was going to Winona for the early evening, and then she was going to spend the rest of the weekend with Mr. Raynone.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Now, so you got to Mr. Raynone's house at about 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
We started fighting
What were you fighting about, Miss Smith?
Well, he didn't really agree with me going to town anyway. Anytime I hang out with my friends, it's a problem. And so we were fighting.
Well, but he had invited you over, or you would plan to go over, or you woke him up?
No, he invited me over. He was awake the whole entire.
So far, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, and you started to argue because had you been drinking?
No, I was driving.
So that you were just arguing about hanging out with these people. Did you have a brother or a sister in Winona?
A brother.
So you were supposed to be staying with him?
Well, I tried contacting him after I finished.
You told your mother you were staying with him?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would be on the 27th of January, right?
Yes.
Did you see your brother at all on the 27th of January?
No,
No, so the answer is no. You didn't see him at all.
No.
So who were you seeing?
I was with 4 of my friends.
Where did you go?
We went to another friend of mine. So I used to live there, and I moved from there to where I live now. And so we were just hanging out with my friends, and after I hung out with them, I texted my brother and let him know that I was in town and that I wanted to see him, and he didn't contact me back.
What time was that?
Around 10 or 11.
Does he work?
Yes. I mean, he's awake. I know him, and I called his phone, but he didn't answer.
So he was awake? You called his phone, he didn't answer, you texted him and he didn't answer. Okay, now, so then you're over to the boyfriend's house. So the plan wasn't that you were supposed to go to the boyfriend's house. The plan was you were supposed to go, and according to you, I'm just figuring out who my customers are. I don't think you're a bad young lady, I just think that you're a fibber. So I have to figure out what you were fibbing about and what you're not fibbing about. So you weren't supposed to. The plan wasn't that you were coming back to see your boyfriend. The plan was, according to you, that you were going to, after you finished hanging out with your friends, text your brother and get in touch with him and go and sleep there.
Correct.
But he didn't answer the phone.
Correct.
Right. You have your phone with you?
Correct.
I'd like to see the text to your brother.
I have my new phone. The phone that I texted him off was the one that Joshua broke.
So then you get to Joshua's house, and you were a late guest, so you didn't get to contact him until after 10, 11 o'clock at night because you didn't know that you couldn't stay at your brother's house, according to you, which I don't believe, until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And you go to his house, and you start to argue because he didn't like you hanging around in the college town. Okay, now what?
He ended up falling asleep. I don't know what he was doing prior to me getting there.
Okay, you don't know. So he ended up going to sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do?
I fell asleep on his floor that night, and we woke up and we continued.
Okay. What time did you fall asleep?
I wouldn't know. Maybe around 4 in the morning.
4. And what time did you wake up in the morning?
Maybe 10 or 11.
And?
And then we continued to argue about whatever we were talking about the night before. And I wanted to leave, and I told him to take me home. And I didn't drive.
Just a second. Why did you tell him to take you home?
I didn't drive to his house.
What?
I did not drive to his house.
How did you get to his house?
He came and picked me up from my house. I got home from Winona.
And you got home from Winona at what time?
In the early morning. I really...
Well, that's what we're here for. You got home from Winona at what time?
Maybe 2 o'clock in the morning.
And you put your mother's car in the driveway, in the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
And called the defendant to come and get you.
Well, we were already in contact about where I was and when I was coming home, so he knew that I was...
Don't tell me what he knew.
Okay.
The plan then was he was going to... Did you go into your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see your mother?
No, ma'am. She was sleeping.
So as far as your mother knows, you're going to be away for the weekend at your brother's house in Winona. She gets up in the morning and she finds your car, the car that she had loaned to you the night before, but she finds no you. Mm-hmm. Did you leave her a note?
No. But my friend Maria was staying at my house with me. And so I just dropped her off and then I kept going.
Oh, it gets more complicated. So you had a friend with you that you left to deliver the message to your mother that you were going to your boyfriend's house.
Well, she was currently living with me as a roommate.
I don't care. You don't leave your mother a note.
No.
Call the boyfriend. Boyfriend came to see you. Why didn't you just drive to his house?
Because I'm not supposed to be in contact with him. My mom does not like us.
Just a second. Is there any reason for that?
No, ma'am. My mother just doesn't like me communicating with Josh. And so
there must be a reason. She must not like him for a reason.
Yes.
What's the reason?
Just prior relationship problems that we've had, issues that we've had in our relationship.
Well, what were you going to tell your mother when you came home?
I'm not sure.
Now, you're up at 11 o'clock in the morning and you're at Josh's house. You continued to fight. You told him to take you home and he wouldn't let you leave the house.
Correct.
He blocked the door.
Correct.
But you finally got out of the house.
Yes.
And tell me about what happened when you finally got out of the house.
He took my shoes from me, one of my boots. And
he took one boot?
Yes. I got out of the apartment building and we keep our shoes in the hallway. And so I started to put my shoes on, and he's like, no, you're not going anywhere. And I had one shoe on, and he took the other one from me. And so I'm like, okay, fine, you can have them both. I'm just going to walk home then if you're not going to drive me. And so I gave him my other boot, and I started to walk home in the snow after that with just my socks on. So I walked down the driveway and maybe about 4 or 5 houses down the sidewalk, and that's when he drove up beside me with my boots in his car.
Why didn't you call somebody?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't know? You're 19 years old. You have your phone with you.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the phone and you call your mother and you say, please come and get me. Or you call a cab, or you call an Uber, or you go to a neighbor and say, I need to get home, or something.
Correct. I just wanted to get out of there at that point.
Okay, so now you got out and he comes up in his car and...
And he tells me, I'm really sorry about everything that I did. And I said, just please get in the car, put your shoes on, I'll take you home. I got in the car, I put my shoes on, and instead of driving me home like he said he was going to do, he turned the car around and started taking me back to his apartment building. And we got into about the driveway of his apartment building, and I proceeded to jump out of the car to get away from him. And I started walking back home down the sidewalk as I was doing.
And now you had your boots on?
Yes, I had my boots on at this time.
So you start to walk home and?
And I realized that I didn't have my phone on me because I wanted to call my mom for a ride. And so I walked back to his apartment building, and he left his car door unlocked. And so I was looking in the car for my phone under the passenger seat, and I didn't see it. And so at that time, Josh came out of his apartment building and started yelling at me and telling me, get out of my car, what are you doing? Your phone's not in there, and, being belligerent. And I let him know I'm not trying to have any problems. I just want to get my phone and get out of here and go home. I just, I don't want to be here. And he didn't come out of the front door of the apartment building. He came from around the back. And so I chased him, and he had my phone in his hand.
And?
And it was broken. And I have pictures of it if you'd like to.
Okay. Listen to me really carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have much more important things to do, I hope, today. Where did she leave her phone?
In the driveway when she had hopped out of the vehicle.
And you picked it up?
No, I did not have it in my hand at all.
So you left it in the driveway?
When she had jumped out of the vehicle, that's when it had came out with her, and I know nothing further than that. I went inside to go in to look for my phone.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Did you, after you went and darted off after your girlfriend, after you let her come to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning, after you fought with her over the fact that she was hanging out with friends that you didn't like, all of which I believe, by the way, there is no way that you left the phone in the driveway and went inside to the house. Is that what you want me to believe?
I didn't know that she even lost it.
You just said it fell out?
Until she had came back, asking for her phone, crying. I didn't know that she had a phone missing. When she had...
Oh, I thought you said it fell out when she got out of the car.
No, that's what I'm saying. It must have, because she had found it broken. I did not have it in my hand when she had seen me with it. That's a lie. She had found it on the ground broken, and on the ground is where she had jumped out of the vehicle originally, which the phone must have came out with her when she had jumped out of the car.
Now you have a police report.
Yes.
I'd like to read it. Were you there? Do you know about this?
I picked her up. She finally got to a neighbor's house.
Just a second.
That police report isn't much. It just says...
Don't tell me what it says.
Okay.
The police arrived. They had discussion with both of you. Is that right?
Yep.
What was it that you claimed that she broke or stole of yours?
She had stolen my cell phone, and the police did not make a report because she's the one who called the cops on me.
During the time that she was at your house,
Correct.
Did you go through her phone log?
No.
Did she go through your phone log?
Yes.
Tell me when that happened.
When I was asleep.
When you were asleep?
I woke up and my phone wasn't where I had left it, and she was starting fighting with me because she was on it.
What did she say to you?
Nothing. We were just arguing.
About what?
About the night before and everything.
Oh, okay. So you told the police you took your phone because it wasn't where you had left it the night before.
No, I had it in the morning. I had the phone in the morning.
Listen to me carefully.
Yes.
Where did you find it the next morning?
It was next to me, but it wasn't like where I had placed it before I had fell asleep, which means that somebody was on it.
Problem. You have to pay for her phone. You have a bill for the phone?
I don't have a bill for my phone, but I have messages regarding when I bought my new phone and how much that cost.
I don't care what your new phone cost. I want to know when you bought this phone, what kind of phone it was.
This is how much it'll be for a replacement.
I don't want to see what a replacement is.
The one that he broke costed $350.
What kind of phone was it?
It was an iPhone 6S.
When did you purchase it?
I only had it for maybe about 3 or 4 months before it got damaged.
So it's a 6S, and you believe you paid somewhere around $350 for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anything else you want to tell me?
I have hospital records of me being seen after having to jump out of his car.
I'll take a look at them.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
What?
Can I give you a little history?
No, I don't want to hear any history. I've heard enough history. He's going to pay for her phone.
Okay.
And I also have something else.
Oh, I don't care. When you act stupid, stupid things happen.
Miss Judy, he doesn't...
This doesn't tell what they found with you.
I was trying to let you know.
What?
That is just the papers that I got when I left the emergency room saying...
Did they give
what
you
I
any
came in
medication?
for. No, he didn't.
Did they give you a splint, a Band-Aid, and anything?
He gave me ice packs.
He gave you an ice pack?
Yes, and then I was excused for work from...
Oh, very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $350. We're done. Miss Morton, this young man is your son.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was living with you at the time of this automobile accident.
Yes, he was.
When had he begun to live with you?
April of that previous year.
And on what date was the accident, Mr.
January
Whitmore?
7th.
January 7th.
Where were you going?
Not 5 minutes away to the store.
What time of day?
I believe it was somewhere in the early morning hours, probably somewhere around 11 o'clock.
What kind of car did your son have an accident with?
2014 Nissan Versa.
And when had you purchased it?
I purchased it in December of the year before.
Did you pay cash or did you have it on time?
No, ma'am, I paid cash.
With what company was it insured?
American Family.
I'd like to see proof of insurance on the date of the accident.
She didn't have insurance on the car. I got a ticket for no insurance.
This doesn't tell me. I never saw a certificate of insurance that says that it's effective January 11th, 2016 to termination.
Oh, and here's the other one till January 11th, 2017.
I need a statement from the insurance company that your car was insured on January 7th of 2017.
I don't know.
We're going to wait until we get it. Do you understand? If I'm going to wait for nothing, let me know now. If the car wasn't insured on that date, let me know now.
No, ma'am, the car was insured.
Then we'll come back when we have a statement that the car was insured by the company. You got a ticket for lack of insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it. Failure to maintain a lane, which is...
Pretty much causing an accident.
You caused an accident.
That's what they're saying, yes.
And you had no driver's license. So
Correct.
you shouldn't have been driving a car.
That's what they say, allegedly.
What do you mean that's what they say?
That's what they said.
That's what they say.
I had a license, but I just didn't have a physical copy of the license on me.
Your Honor, he went to jail under an alias.
Just a second. I don't know that. If you have proof of that, that's fine. I'll look at it. It says no license on person.
Correct.
Did you produce a license?
No.
Okay, so you didn't have a license. Okay, then you shouldn't have been driving a car.
Okay.
This said expired registration.
I have my registration right here from the state of Missouri.
Well, he was given a ticket for expired registration and removing tags with intent. Now, if you remove tags, that means you shift license plates from one car to another.
I have my tag number that matches on my registration that matches the vehicle.
Listen, I don't know why he got tickets for this. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what I'm saying to you? He could not produce a valid registration for your car.
Correct.
He could not produce proof of insurance when they checked because he asked for license and registration. And the tags didn't match. Whatever vehicle, when they checked the tags, it didn't match the vehicle that he was driving.
But my registration with the tag number matches with the VIN number and the vehicle.
Madam.
Because we were in the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia, when they ran my license, it didn't come up in Georgia's system. Missouri tags, the car that's registered in Missouri would not come up in a Georgia system.
Just a second. Why was the car registered in Missouri?
Because that's where I lived at the time. I was moving from Missouri to Georgia. I just moved to Georgia.
He was living with you starting in April. Where were you living with her in April? In Missouri or Georgia?
Georgia.
In Georgia. This accident happened in January.
Correct. I just moved to Georgia in December.
He's been living with you since April.
December 2016.
No.
15.
Listen, we're not going to play with each other.
No.
Your son was living with you in April in Georgia. This accident happened in January of the following year.
This year.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, 10 months later.
Yes.
Why isn't your car registered and insured in the state of Georgia?
I didn't get it registered in the state of Georgia, and I wasn't going to get it registered in Georgia until my tags expired.
We're going to come back, and you're going to present to me the tags, proof that your car was insured on January 7th of 2017, a letter from your company, because I assume this is the same company that insures you now.
American Family.
Fine. All we need is a statement from them that this car, which was a 2014 Nissan, was insured by them. Because if he was in a collision and it was insured by them, you have a 2014 car, then you had insurance.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Did
the insurance fix the car?
He was not on my insurance, no ma'am. He was an uninsured driver. I didn't put him on my insurance because I had no intentions of him driving my car.
We're going to be back. Go get me what I asked you for. So, Ms. Morton, I'm advised by my clerk that you, in fact, did not have insurance at the time of this accident on the 7th of January of 2017. Is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am. I was just informed that the policy...
Ms. Morton, I don't believe you. I knew you didn't have insurance. I'm like Karnak. I knew you didn't have insurance because if you had insurance, if you even thought you had insurance, when you had the accident, you would have called your insurance company and would have said to your insurance company, my son just had an accident. Am I covered for any of it? Because that's what people do. And if you called your insurance company, they would have said, I'm sorry, your insurance lapsed, and you would have known that in January, not months later. So let's get over it. You didn't have insurance on the car. I don't even have to get to the point where, were the plates the right plates from Missouri? Was it registered? I don't even have to get there. I know that you had no insurance, and I know that your son didn't take the car without your permission.
He did take the car.
Let me explain myself clearly to you. You lie to me once, you get no further chances. The only thing is, you're culpable for letting him drive a car that was uninsured. And there's no question in my mind that he had the car, he had driven the car before, he drove the car, it was in the afternoon. There was no question that you knew he took the car, he was probably going for food for you or for his son who lives with you. Who knows? I don't care. You lied to me once, you don't get another chance. Your problem, Mr. Whitmore, is you were at fault in the accident.
Well, I wasn't at fault.
Wait, just a second. Where's the piece of paper you just gave me?
Right here.
Where's the piece of paper? And you want me to play back the tape? You know, we do tape these things.
Yeah, I don't need you to play it back.
Just a second, Will. Don't raise
sir.
the octave on your voice with me, sir. Failing to maintain a lane. Accident. Guilty. That's what you pled. Guilty.
Sure did. I did plead guilty.
Listen to me. Don't be a wise guy with me.
I'm not. I'm just stating the fact.
That means that you caused the accident.
Wasn't my fault.
Your Honor.
Who wants to sit in jail for 7 days over a ticket that you want to get out of jail? Yeah, plead guilty. Whatever you want. Bye. I'm gone.
Before he was even...
Just a second. Don't speak. I'm telling you, I don't listen to people who swear to tell the truth and then lie. Do you understand?
I didn't lie, but okay. I understand.
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. What do you think? I'm just a good guesser? I've been doing this for 35 years. The car was damaged.
Correct.
In your possession.
Correct.
After you pled guilty to changing lanes, and was the car totaled?
No.
Where are you living now? Be careful what you say to me.
Pillow to post, couch surfing.
What?
Couch surfing.
Couch surfing.
Yeah.
And your mother has custody of a child of yours. Yes, no?
No. Physical custody, yes.
Just a second. What kind of stupid answer is that?
It's an answer because she has physical custody of him. Legal in court wise, no, that's my son. I have custody of him.
Not if you're couch hopping.
Well, of course. It's beneficial for him to stay with somewhere like that.
You probably deserve each other. How long has your mother had custody of your son?
Physical custody or custody?
Sir, you don't have legal custody of your son.
How come I don't?
How come? Because you don't have the piece of paper that says so.
Neither does she.
She doesn't have to. She has physical custody.
Exactly.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, so you don't have custody either. Just answer my question. How long has your mother had custody of There's only one star here, and that's me.
Okay.
How long has your mother had custody of your son?
Since he was 2.
And how old is he now?
10.
Now, since you're couch hopping or sleeping or whatever you're doing, that suggests to me that you don't pay rent anywhere in a stable place. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you own a vehicle?
No.
Do you have a job?
Correct. Yes.
What kind of job do you have?
Chef. Sous chef.
Where?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Name of the
Morton's.
So you're a sous chef at Morton's in Atlanta. On which street? Because there are several.
Downtown. I think it's Peach Street.
How long have you been the sous chef at Morton's downtown?
About 6 months.
Well, Morton's is a large company, so they pay by check.
Correct.
How is his son supported?
I support him.
No. Do you get any assistance for him?
I get grandparent benefits.
You get grandparent benefits because you have him through a foster grandparent program?
I have him through the state of Missouri, yes.
Right. So the state sends money for him. Is that correct?
They send me, no, not cash. I don't get cash. I get food stamps.
For him?
Yes, ma'am. Plus I work.
That's fine. But you don't get any money from him?
No, ma'am.
Right. Well, now we're going to get you some money from the state of, where are you living now?
Georgia.
Georgia. Now, he is a sous chef in Atlanta at Morton's. Pay attention, who's ever listening. All they have to do is garnish his check, and then you'll get some money from him. You have a repair bill for the car?
Yes, ma'am.
You know you're partially responsible for that. You understand that you let him drive an uninsured vehicle. You let him drive an uninsured vehicle, and he is responsible, but so are you. I'm not going to hear anymore. I'm just going to take a look at the car and take a look at the bill. How much is your check every 2 weeks from Morton's, Mr. Whitmore? It's not an answer.
About $650, $700.
And you have no rent, so that's fine. Where is the bill to repair it?
You have it. That's it right there. That's
$312?
No, it's at the bottom. $3,012.
Was it fixed?
No, ma'am. It's in the shop. I dropped it off at the shop.
Okay. Looks like $3,000 worth of damage. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. We're done. Thank you.
He asked for permission to use the car, and I told him no.
I'm really just happy it's all over with.
He took the car while I was asleep.
It caused a big rift between me and my mom, so
I usually sleep with him under the pillow, but I didn't.
I'm just happy it's all said and done.
He has many of them. I don't know which one this one was.
I use an alias, yeah.
So when we looked him up, and I said, well, there he is right there. She was like, oh, no, that's not him. That's such and such.
Who wants to go to jail?
No, ma'am, that's my son.
Just pretty much do the right thing.
You can't keep skating by. You have to assume responsibility for what you did.
Tell me what happened with the dog.
I was walking home from school and across the street, and a lady was coming up towards me with a dog and baby stroller. And
So she had a baby stroller. That was this lady here?
Yes. And while I was getting closer, the dog was like jumping around and making growling noises, and she was saying, "Don't do it to the dog." And
She said, don't do it?
Yes.
Was she holding on to the leash?
Yeah, she had the leash on her hand while she was holding on to the string.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, that is false.
Just a second, don't interrupt. Go ahead.
And while I passed her, the dog went around and behind her and bit me on the leg.
And what did you do? Did you go home?
Yes.
Did the lady say anything to you?
No.
Did you say anything to the lady?
No.
Did you say your dog bit me?
No.
How did you find her if you hadn't said anything to her?
It was my dad.
Your dad found her? Okay. Did you go to the doctor?
Yes.
And you had to get a shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me where they gave you the shot.
On both arms and both legs.
And did you have to go back for shots more than once or just once?
I would have, but they found the dog.
So you got 4 shots that day?
Yes.
Do you remember what the dog looked like?
Yes, it was white and fluffy. It's like a medium size.
Had you ever seen this lady or the dog before?
No.
Okay. You can go back there so you can stand next to your dad in case I have any other questions for you. Mr. Nunez.
Yes.
How did you find Miss Rodriguez?
The next day after, there was another incident, and then that individual we had spoken to that was in search of that dog also realized that it was the exact same dog that had bitten him. We received a phone call that following day on December 9th, and she informed us of it.
Who called you?
The individual from the Pflugerville Police Department made the phone call to me that next day.
That they had believed...
They did find that dog due to the fact of another individual being bitten.
By that dog?
By the same dog, yes.
On what date was the other individual?
That was on December 9th, in which that second incident occurred.
And the incident involving your son was on the 8th?
On the 8th, the day before. And then we've got documents of both of those incidents.
I'd like to see both.
Your Honor, that was hearsay.
That was actually my mom was walking the dog, and there was a pit bull
Listen to me.
unleashed.
Don't interrupt.
Yes, ma'am.
This is both.
Both.
Unless
yes,
you-
the first is
If
ourselves.
I ask you a
and the
question,
second is
but
that
don't tell me
individual
what
following
happened with
back.
your mom and what's hearsay.
Sure.
I actually know what hearsay is.
You got it.
We're speaking of the dog that's bitten two different individuals, not who was walking it the second day.
Your Honor, may I point out that on that record of my mother-in-law with the second incident, it shows that the other dog was not on a leash and was coming towards my mother-in-law and our dog.
And we actually called 911 that day. My mother did.
Just a second. Were either one of you there?
No.
No, ma'am.
Now I'll hear you. Go ahead. Tell me the story.
Okay, may I approach the board?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so it was December 8th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The school was being...
Sorry, did she say Sunday?
I just listen to me. Don't interrupt her.
Okay.
It was December 8th. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was going down Bishop's Gate. I saw that Samuel was coming, so my sister's very afraid of dogs, so I know to be respectful of others who are walking near us. And so I stopped to the left side with my dog on my left and on my right hand with the stroller. I directed Samuel to go around us and...
Just a second. Why would you do that? No,
I didn't direct him.
Listen to me.
I just stood
Stop.
there.
And you have to know, you're talking to somebody who's had dogs for 50 years and who walks dog on a leash when I'm outside. Why would you direct or suggest that Sammy go around the dog?
I directed him by standing there. I didn't tell him verbally. I just stood there to the side of him so he knew that he could pass.
Don't tell me what he knew. He passed you.
Yes, he did.
And
we walked up, we kept walking, and then my dog started barking as we had already walked off.
And
I turned around and my dog was just barking, and the kid didn't react.
Just a second. Be very careful. You know, when you start to say things that you've been practicing in your mind to say, but as you actually articulate them, they sound stupid.
Okay.
Okay? They sound stupid. Then you're sort of getting away from yourself. And that's what's happening to you right now, because now you were turning around because the dog started to bark. And as you were turning around, you were going to tell me what happened? As you were turning around?
As I turned around, I pulled my dog back and Samuel just walked off. He didn't react. He didn't tell me anything. So I didn't assume anything and I carried on with my walk. And that's what happened.
Well, it's kind of...
I don't want to hear you, sir. You weren't there.
Okay.
Let me tell you, Miss Rodriguez, why when you start to tell a lie, I always have a saying, and that saying is, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. I'm going to read what you swore to in your answer.
Okay.
On the day of the incident, I was walking Nala and pushing Alana in her stroller. As plaintiff's son approached, I pulled Nala's leash and kept her on my left side.
Yes.
I directed him to pass on my right side. Once he passed, I started walking again. All of a sudden, his son came up from behind us and scared Nala. When he startled us, Nala reacted to protect us. Now, what part of that didn't you put in? You want to look at it? You signed it.
No, I have a copy, Your Honor.
Wait, just a second. What part of that didn't you tell me?
I just gave you the simple...
No, that was very
story.
specific. I was swinging to the right. I was swinging to the left. I turned around. He walked away. What part of all that my dog was protecting us because he came up from behind, didn't... You see, when you have a truthful story, you don't have to have a good memory. You don't want to read this again, and you don't want me to read it again, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
Were you cited once or twice for your dog biting somebody within a week's period?
Once.
Once. And that was this child?
Yeah, the one.
That was this
the one
child?
incident, yes, ma'am.
And what happened with the other incident?
Nothing came to be of it. The dog was not on a leash, so it was really nothing to be.
Can I see the bite, please? You have photographs and the medical bills.
Yes. Added with those are the requests in regards to the payment made by the insurance company, the request for those dollar amounts being returned to them.
Actually, the amount that...
With the wrong name.
Like 10.
Correct.
Your insurance covered most of that?
The out-of-pocket for the medical
Yes.
was just a hair over the $1,346. That includes all the medical and my missing of the time from work.
No.
Medical alone.
I just want what you were out of pocket on your medical. That doesn't mean
Your
that
Honor,
I'm discounting.
I have the email where he sent us the out-of-pocket expenses that he
I'd like to see it.
collected of us.
Here's a copy of the true medical records.
Just a second. his out-of-pocket was about $300. Now, this is my problem with you, Ms. Rodriguez. First of all, because you either lied in your deposition or you lied when you told me your story. I'm not so offended by that, although I should be, for the court, be offended by that. What I'm offended by for this young man is, I believe you sensed in your dog that your dog was uncomfortable as Sammy was approaching. Either you knew that because your dog had been aggressive before,
No.
or you knew that because your dog at that moment was agitated. Now, how long have you had the dog?
5 years.
Well, then maybe it's because when you have a dog for 5 years, and I assume that this is your first baby?
Yes.
And the dog has been your baby for 5 years, and you have a brand new baby that the dog is not happy. Been there, done that. And the dog's personality changes. The dog's personality changes because the dog is jealous of the new baby in the house. And I can guarantee you that you've seen signs of that change of behavior since your new baby came home. Whatever it is, when Sammy passed, Sammy did not come back in an aggressive way. Sammy did not double back to a barking dog. That's not the kind of child this is. And if you sense that your dog was agitated, you cross the street. You don't direct the child to walk around you. You get your baby buggy and your dog and you move them out of harm's way.
I understand.
I'm glad you understand. I'm glad you understand. Do you still have the dog?
Yes, I do.
Well, you just be careful of that baby. I'm just telling you.
Oh, I have pictures here of my dog
Listen.
and the baby, and she
do you know how
absolutely
many
loves.
Do you know how many pictures I've seen?
Well, I just like to say
do you know how
that
many
my
pictures,
dog's not a dangerous dog.
Your dog bit the child for no reason.
I disagree.
There was a reason.
Listen, so far your wife hasn't given me a reason. She's given 2 different stories, but not one reason.
It's the same story, just one story is more elaborate than the other.
No, madam. There are 2 different stories, 2 entirely different stories. And fortunately, this is on tape,
Yes.
so the 10 million people who are going to watch this case will see that you told 2 distinct stories, but neither one of them suggest that this child did anything wrong. One day, out of the blue, your daughter is going to be crawling on the ground, and Nala, Nola, whatever the dog's name is going to say, you know what, it was much better around here before I had competition. And then you're going to say, well, she never did that before. But the truth is, you've been forewarned. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. We're done. I always get nervous when I see people with a whole lot of papers in front of them, especially people who have been in an ongoing custody problem for 2 years. So I'm going to simplify this for you, because sometimes in this job I have to handle cases that I know absolutely nothing about historically. I know everything about this case, despite the fact I've never seen you. The 2 of you were together, you had a child, and you separated in 2015. And since that time, there has been an ongoing acrimonious relationship which culminated just recently in a custody decision. So far, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. And the custody decision was something that you didn't like, because it awarded Mr. Kittle, according to what I read, 50-50 custody. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is something that you did not initially agree to.
It's okay with me that the decision was made.
That's not what I said. I said you did not initially agree with it. The answer is, if you initially agreed with it, it wouldn't have been in court for how long?
It's a year and a half, so almost
a year and a half. Because if you would agreed with, is it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
If you agreed with your sons spending half the time with each parent, you wouldn't have been in court for a year and a half. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So now, this is what your lawsuit is for. First of all, how old was your son when you separated?
2.
And I'm not going to ask Ms. Kraft this question because she didn't give me a truthful answer when she swore to her complaint. How long were the 2 of you living together prior to separating?
3.5 years.
That is untrue, Judge.
What?
That is untrue.
Yeah, I read what you wrote here. Mr. Kittle,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
your son was born, was Ms. Kraft living with you?
Yes, she was.
Was his birth a natural birth?
Yes,
Who took her to the hospital?
I did.
Not her mother.
No, not her mother.
You did.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know she said that.
Just a second.
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Okay.
You did.
Yes.
I never said my mother took me. We were on our way to a barbecue at his father's house that day.
Listen to me. I don't believe a word of what's in your papers. Do you understand? You said, I never lived with him. I always lived with my mother, but all my things and my son's things were at his house just because.
Not all my things.
Let me see.
Some of my things.
Just a second. What you said was, Christopher and I dated for 4 years, have a 3-year-old son. We never lived together, but I was keeping my and my son's stuff there, furniture, TV, toys, etc., at his house because I was living with my mother.
Because we were planning on moving in together and getting married and having a family.
I don't believe what you're saying. Anyway, 2 years later, you want all this stuff back.
I wanted it back
I'm not
from day
asking you a
one.
question. I told you I don't believe you. You just have to understand. I read it. I didn't believe it when I read it. And I for sure don't believe it now. Because there's no question. Son was born. He drove you to the hospital. Who took her home from the hospital?
I did.
Of course.
I have a
And
text.
if you want to make a fool of yourself, you can do that. I'll be more than happy to let you do that. When you took her home from the hospital with your son, was there a room ready for your son?
Yes.
Was there a crib there?
Yes.
Who bought it?
Her aunt bought the crib.
Her aunt bought the crib.
Right.
And had it delivered where?
To my house.
Her
That
aunt
is
who?
incorrect.
Her aunt who?
I don't remember her name. Her dad's sister. I don't remember her name. Laura, I think it is.
It was delivered to my house. It has the address, and I have a receipt with my address on it at my mother's house.
I don't care. I don't believe you. Neither did the family court judge. That's why he was awarded 50-50 custody.
I have a message from Christopher claiming that I never lived at his house.
Fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Now, if that's your case, was there a trial with regard to custody?
Yes, ma'am, there was.
Do each of you have an attorney?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
You have an attorney?
Yes.
How many witnesses did you call? Called yourself?
Yes.
Who else?
My mother.
Who else?
I think that was it. They also called police officers.
They called the police officers from an incident allegedly 2 years ago.
Yes.
And after the entire case, what happened to the temporary restraining order that you filed against him?
It got dismissed.
Dismissed. And how many allegations did you file against him with the Department of Children and Family Services?
2.
And what happened with those cases?
I'm not sure. I think
Nothing.
they were, nothing.
Nothing. And the judge, after you filed those cases, awarded him half custody. What days do you have your son with you?
It was 5 or 6 DCFS reports, and I have my kid Friday. Every Friday we swap, so it's 50-50. So I pick him up at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then, vice versa.
And how long has that been going on?
Since she did the order of protection on me, so 2 years.
So that's been in effect for 2 years?
Yes. They consolidated both the custody and the order of protection to save us some money.
When was this final order delivered by the court after the trial?
March 31st. The judgment you're talking about, the custody judgment?
I'd like to see it, please.
Okay.
And the order of protection ended November 18th, 2016.
And I highlighted with the juicy stuff.
And I never objected
I'm not
to
s-
the 50.
I'm-
Sorry.
These were the findings of the court after a full trial. Although the parties never married, they lived together for the first 2 years of life and were engaged to be married. They split up in the fall of 2015, and mother moved in with her mother. After this case was filed, a temporary order of protection which provided for week-on, week-off parenting time. So that's what the judge found. I didn't even read this. After a full trial, that's what the court found, that you and defendant lived together.
So it doesn't even matter that he admitted I never lived with him and I have that message?
Listen to me carefully. It matters to me what the court found after a full trial.
But we're not here about custody right now because it's still an open case.
I'm not listening to you. I'm reading. You have another child from another relationship who was living with whom when you were living with Mr. Kittle?
With me and my mother, and we'd stay the
Okay,
night
so
at
the
Mr.
child-
Kittle's house.
I can't get a straight answer from you. Who was the child living with?
With me.
Her older child.
Yes.
He was not. He was
I'm not
attending
listening to
school
you.
in Belleville. He doesn't have any proof that I was living with him either, and I have
very
proof
good. Your
that I
case is
wasn't.
dismissed, primarily because you didn't listen 3 times when I told you not to speak, but mostly because you have no case. And you better get used to the fact that when you make a baby with somebody, that baby has 2 parents. Not just, no, clearly you don't. Clearly you don't. Because after everything was done and you got a final custody decision, which I haven't even finished reading, but it was clear that the judge didn't believe a lot of what you said from my quick perusal of this decision. What happens, unless you learn to get along with each other and co-parent this child, is, and I'm telling you from reading what little I did from this judge's order, he's going to end up with full custody of the child because this judge is not going to take nonsense from you. It's clear to me. I'm just telling you, this judge who heard your case is not going to take nonsense from you. If you find a reason to fudge with the custody arrangement, because this man is not giving up. And what happens in situations like this is if there is an obstreperous parent who undercuts another parent, what's going to happen is you're going to lose custody of this child. I just want you to understand. I'm giving you the benefit of my crystal ball. He's keeping all the stuff that's in his house.
Even though
the
I
judge
have
found I don't care if you have receipts. I don't care if you have toilet paper from here to Pluto. The judge found that you lived together and that you were unemployed since 2008. Do you want me to read the finding?
Yes, my mother bought all the
right
items.
here.
I even have bank statements.
Mother lives in Belleville with her mother, her brother, her 8-year-old son was born of a previous relationship. Mother is a student. She was last employed in 2008. So that when you were living with him, when you were living with him for 2 years, unless you had some other form of income, he was supporting you.
My mother.
Your case is dismissed. Listen to me. Listen to me.
He
Her
never
case
supported
is
anything
dismissed.
of mine.
I read your counterclaim, which you would never have filed but for this ridiculous lawsuit that she filed.
No.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Because
I just wanted to be over.
What? You want it over.
Right.
I understand that,
Right.
and you're right.
I just want my property.
You can't have it. It's not yours.
It is mine. I
Your
have
case is
receipts for
dismissed.
it, and it
We're
was
done.
paid
Put her
for.
out. You're withdrawing your counterclaim, correct? Yes, you are.
Oh, well, the deductible. Can I just.
We're done. You had a sister. Your sister lived in California. You and your wife lived in Florida. Your sister became ill, and she was diagnosed with cancer. You and your wife relocated from Florida. Are you retired?
No, not retired.
Did you get a new job in California?
My wife is a contractor, so we move around quite a bit.
So you came to California and you had another project?
Correct.
Okay. And how long was that project for?
It's ongoing still.
So you moved to California because you had a new project?
Correct.
Okay, well, then this is sort of misleading, Mr. Riley. I'll get to the whole thing. This is probably going to be more interesting than I even thought it was going to be. This is a situation. Your sister was sick in California. You came to California. You led me to believe in your complaint that you and your wife gave up your life in Florida to come to California to minister to your ill sister. That's what I got from your complaint.
Very much
Now
true.
it appears that you have a contracting job, and even though your sister is no longer with us, that contracting job is ongoing because that's what you and your wife do. So it was probably a combination of both things. In any event, you came to California with your wife for a job, which you're still doing, and you're still living in California.
Yes.
Still living in California,
Still in
even though your sister's not here anymore.
Correct. We're from California originally.
It doesn't matter. I was just misled by the complaint. Maybe it was my own silly misreading.
I'd love to clarify if I could.
They saw work here.
I didn't ask you a question.
Sorry, Your Honor.
In any event, your sister was here. She came to live with you for a while. She was ill. She was getting treatment while you were in California. And you are her closest living relative.
Yes.
Closest biological living relative.
No. Physically close, yes. Biologically, we have 6 siblings.
Oh, but she didn't live with any of the other 6 siblings?
No, she lived by herself until she lived with us.
She was a single lady?
Correct.
No children?
Never married, no kids.
And the defendant is her cousin?
Correct.
So you took care of her, drove her to her doctor's appointments, did whatever had to be done. Sister
For
passes.
months, I may add. For months. Years.
For months, years,
Just so you know.
whatever. For months. You did all of those things, and your sister unfortunately succumbed to cancer. She passed away, and when her will was read, to your surprise, you were not made beneficiary of any part of the estate. Her entire estate went to her cousin, Miss Wells, as the beneficiary, but your sister did a double whammy. She made you the trustee.
Correct.
Okay. And that, I assume, Mr. Riley, if you and I are being honest with each other, was both irritating to you and probably to your wife, who was very anxious to talk to me before.
No, not really.
It wasn't irritating.
It was irritating, but not for the reasons you say. It was not monetarily driven. I care for my sister.
I understand.
It was a surprise. It's always just a surprise.
It was a surprise. It was a surprise. In any event, there was ongoing acrimony between you and Miss Wells. That is clear from both your complaint and her answer. But this is what your complaint is about, because it's the only thing that your complaint can be about. You ultimately turned over the trust to Miss Wells because you didn't want to be involved in it anymore.
No, not
There
true.
had been
Not true. She didn't like the way I was handling the trust, and she
right.
She
She
stripped
didn't
me of my
like as
trustee duties.
beneficiary the way you were handling the trust. And she said in her mind you were dissipating the trust. And since she was the beneficiary of the trust and a together person, she said, I can take care of this myself and I'll spend the money differently.
With 3 different attorneys, by the way.
Doesn't matter.
In 6 months.
Do you see? What you're doing now is demonstrating just how irritated you still
sorry.
are.
I get emotional about my sister's death still. I'm sorry.
Well, this isn't about your sister's death. This is about money.
Okay.
If you were emotional about your sister's death, then you would have said, you know, my sister died. She knew how she felt. It was her money. She felt, for whatever reason, either close to Miss Wells or she felt that Miss Wells needed the money more than you did, that you and your wife were doing okay. For whatever reason, it was her money. That's what she decided to do with it. So
Absolutely.
when people pass away, whether it be a parent or a grandparent or whatever, and you as a relative don't think that you're getting the appropriate love from the deceased by way of monetary reward, it's irritating. Happens all the time. And you're not unusual for that.
But that's
But this is what you're not unusual for that. But this is what your case is about.
It's not.
After
Sorry.
Miss Wells took over the trust and finally got into the condo that was very much in dispute, she found that there were certain things missing from the condo. And as a result of that, she notified the insurance company, because evidently your sister had homeowners insurance. She found laptop missing. She found someone had purposely damaged a sleep member bed.
I really want to speak to that if you let me.
Whatever it is, she found certain things missing in her mind. And she made a complaint to the insurance company, filed a claim with the insurance company, who did it, as they have to, an investigation before they pay out a complaint. And when you call the adjuster who is going to examine your complaint, what she did, and I assume she did make a police report.
Yes, indeed. Name me as culprit.
Okay. Can I see a copy of that police report?
No, because I don't have a copy. Do you have a copy?
I do have a copy.
May I see it?
You were denied a copy?
I was denied a copy because I was the culprit.
Put her out. She's annoying me. She doesn't learn. Not a free-for-all. It's an out.
Come on.
Oh, I beg
It's
your
an
pardon.
outie.
Thank you.
No, you can stay.
Thank you. Sorry, Your Honor.
Forgive me, Your Honor. It's very difficult to find, but I do have it. Here it is.
Give it to Officer Byrd, please.
May I ask what date that was filed?
Okay. So what she says in this Sheriff's Department report, have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what it says.
I appreciate that.
It says she inherited the apartment from her cousin who passed away. Prior to moving in, she says where she lived, and she had seen photos of the apartment, she the defendant, and its contents, and through email exchanges prior to her cousin's passing away. On May 26, 2016, Anna moved to the apartment.
Sorry, when?
She looked around on May 26, 2016.
Your Honor,
That's
may
what
I
it-
correct that? I didn't move
Just,
there. I was
I'm
only
reading,
walking.
listen to me, don't correct anything. I'm reading to him what the police report says.
Yes.
If it said something and it wasn't accurate, you should have corrected it at the time.
Oh, yes.
On May 26, 2016, Anna moved to the apartment. She looked around and inventoried the items in the apartment. She saw items were missing from the apartment that she had previously seen in photos. She believes another cousin of hers, Thomas Riley, who had access to the apartment prior to Anna's arrival, entered and damaged the mattress on the bed by cutting out a portion of it with an unknown object.
She's lying.
She also believes he took various other items from the apartment. She does not know for certain if Thomas took the items or damaged the mattress, but she stated she was in a battle with Thomas over being appointed trustee of her cousin's estate. Anna did not desire prosecution and did not want Thomas contacted over the matter. She stated Thomas is emotionally unstable and did not want to aggravate
Yeah,
him.
right.
Anna wanted the matter documented for insurance purposes.
If I may.
You don't have to. I'm formulating a picture. Do you understand?
I understand.
And as very often happens in a legal landscape, the landscape is changing, Mr. Riley.
True.
And it's changing in your favor, sir.
Okay.
Now you got a windfall. You inherited this apartment and whatever money was left in the estate, if there was any. If it had happened to me, I wouldn't have looked at draperies, 2 sets, 92 inches, $650. Sleep number bed, king size, model 1, $6,000. Moen brand shower heads, $2,000. A Galaxy Pro Tab. Dishes, $350. Bissell Pro Heat Steam for the floor. White bleach cruiser bicycle. A purse for $1,000. How much in total did you get from the insurance company?
$16,000, Your Honor. I have
just a second. $16,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
none of which actually you paid for.
Correct. Yes.
All of which your cousin paid for.
Yes, correct.
Yes, correct. And the single most expensive item was a sleep number bed.
Correct.
And you gained access to the apartment in May of 2016. I said gained access to the apartment. That's what it says in the police report. It says Anna moved to the apartment.
Your Honor, was the first time I was ever at the apartment.
June?
June 24th.
June 24th. This is my problem with you. Yeah.
Yes.
You're getting ready for the problem.
No, I can explain.
No,
the
you
dates.
can't. There is no way you can explain it to me. Because if I came in and I found all of those things missing and found the $6,000 bed destroyed, I would have made a police report that day.
Your Honor,
Just a second. I would have made a police report that day. You made a police report 2 months later and were very, very clear that you were making the police report for insurance purposes only. Made it very clear to the police.
Your Honor, I can explain the dates. I didn't understand that I had to make the report from that location. I left because I had appointments and I was working full time.
How old are you?
Well, hate to say,
listen, there's
I'm old enough. I'm old enough.
Nothing that you can say to me, Zippo, that you can say to me after being involved with him for an extended period of time in a contentious situation, that if you walked into the apartment and you found somebody had taken a knife to a $6,000 bed, that you wouldn't have called the police right away. Right away.
I called my attorney. Actually, I was on the phone with my attorney, and she told me,
don't tell
take
me
a
what
picture.
she told you. Listen to me. I'm not interested in what she told you. That's hearsay. There is no way that you would not have made a police report. Now, what is his case about? His case is about the following. As a result of you making this statement, and in order to clear his name with the insurance company, because the insurance company paid you.
Yes.
You have
wanted to
part
collect from me.
That's why you hired the attorney. I understand. I said the landscape
Your
is
Honor.
changing. The landscape is changing. Do you understand?
I do. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, the insurance company told me to take my time in making the report.
Just a second. Don't tell me what the insurance company told you. That's hearsay. Second,
Yes.
because I heard you, I don't believe you.
No, I had to
listen to me.
investigate
I
and
don't
get all
listen
of
to
the
me.
pictures.
I don't believe you. Let's be clear.
Okay.
I don't believe you. So you paid $800 for
to my
legal
attorney.
fees. You have a copy of the bill.
I do.
I'd like to take a look
Your
at
Honor,
it.
I have pictures to show the
Speak not.
condo.
Speak not. Police report. The day you found it. Not interested in your pictures. Not interested in your request for $2,000 more
When I
for the
called the
deductible.
department.
Not interested.
Okay.
Did you sell the condo?
Yes, I had to.
Don't tell me had to. Did you sell the condo?
I sold the condo, yes.
Okay, let's see. You sold the condo for how much?
4075.
407.
The net was 120.
So you got 100. Shh.
Yes.
Don't speak. You got $120,000.
Yes. And I had
just-
to that point, I had paid $75,000 in mortgage fees, HOA fees, late fees,
Great.
interest,
so you still have
insurance,
$75,000.
utilities.
Hey, you're still $75,000 in the plus column.
Yes.
Plus $16,000 from insurance.
Yes. Your Honor, I can
Just
show
a
the
second.
pictures
Good for you.
of the
Not
property
interested.
missing the day
Not-
that I arrived.
Not interested. I know exactly what happened. $800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim is dismissed. We're done.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Pickrell, you rented a room in an apartment that was either owned or rented by the defendants. And it is your claim that it didn't work out, but it didn't work out in a sort of uncross your arms. It didn't work out in an almost unseemly way. And you were told to leave the apartment. You had already paid your rent for the month of May. Were the authorities called?
Yes, the authorities were called on the 23rd until
May.
Of May until the 27th of May. Every day until I was forced out of the residence.
Okay. And what you want is you want your rent back because you had already paid June's rent?
Yes, correct.
And what was the rent they were charging you for the room?
$650 for the room.
When had you moved in? In what month?
I moved in March 1st, 2015.
So March was okay?
Yes, March was fine.
And then you moved your boyfriend in?
Yes, He is staying there.
But with their permission, they charged him an extra $100 a month for increased utilities.
Yes.
When did you move your boyfriend in?
He moved in towards the middle of March, and
then they accepted your rent for April.
yes.
Is it correct that you accepted her rent for April?
Yes.
That's either a yes or a no.
No.
He says yes, you say no. You want to discuss it with each other?
It's because she has the dates wrong. She moved in April, not March.
Could you please answer my question? Did she pay April's rent?
Yes.
Yes, she paid the first rent.
I'm only going to listen to one of you. Who's
Okay.
going to tell me the truth? Figure it out.
Marta, if you're getting the dates wrong, you can say yes.
She paid April's rent, which you accepted, $650.
Yes.
And she paid May's rent,
Yes.
$650.
Yes.
And did she pay April's rent by check or cash?
Check.
And did she pay May's rent by check or cash?
Check.
Check. And did she pay June's rent?
No.
You have check to show me for June?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
It was not a rent for the month. It was a deposit, security deposit. I clearly explained that to her from the beginning.
I don't care what you explained. I want to see the check.
Okay.
I have all three right here, Your Honor.
May I see them, please?
This does state that it was last month. I gave it.
Could I just see what you have? Perfect. Well, April 3rd, you have $500 for rent. Okay, then it went up to $650. Is that because the boyfriend moved in?
That's because I gave her the $150 in cash. I only have the check for the $500 for the last month.
Okay. So you have March 31st, and March 31st was for
April.
April?
Yes.
And then I have April 3rd. Why would you pay her March 31st and then April 3rd?
That was a security deposit.
I'm sorry.
It's because she wanted an additional $650 for her last month's rent in case anything was to come up, and that's that check.
Or for security. Doesn't
Yes.
make any difference. Perfect. And then I have on May 1st, but what I don't have is June. Where is June?
June is right there.
You could either have June or you can have this as security deposit. Which was it? It can't be June.
Security deposit was not $650. She added $150, and that's what I did give her in cash. That's $650.
That's fine,
rent.
but so you did not pay June's rent.
I did, and I wrote
Just-
last month's. In the memo, I wrote last month.
Either you paid security or you paid last month's rent.
I paid last month's rent.
Okay, fine. You paid last month's rent when you first moved in. Is that what you're telling me? Is that how you evaluated it? That you paid last month's rent when you first moved in? You paid no security deposit.
I paid last month's rent in the middle, and that was April 3rd, because she wanted to bring that up in the middle.
You can't have it both ways. Either you paid last month's rent or you paid security deposit. Which one was it?
Last month's rent.
Fine. So there's no security deposit. Now, and you moved out in May. So you want your 1 month's rent back, which is $650.
Correct.
There's a claim here for filing a false restraining order against you. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you all went to mediation with regard to that. Am I also correct?
Yes.
And you resolved that case with a mediator. Is that also correct?
Yes.
So I'm not entertaining that unless they filed another restraining order against you. Did they?
No.
So that case is resolved. The next part of the case that I'm going to entertain is your property. Now, when you moved in, what property did you move in with?
I moved in a queen-size bed.
Okay.
Also,
Where is her bed?
Moved everything out.
She took it with her.
She took it with her.
everything
How did she take it with her?
She was moving out for 2 days.
She had 2 days. She took
That's
2
not
days to
correct,
move all
Your
her
Honor.
stuff out.
He helped her.
I even helped her.
I have a video of them forcing me out, Your Honor, if I could play it.
Yeah, after her sister barged in her apartment.
Absolutely. I would like to see
And
it.
broke
Thank you.
everything and beat him up.
Just a second. Listen to me. I don't see a counterclaim here. I'm going to look at the video. He says he helped her move. Just a second. Tell me on what date this video was taken.
This was May 27th, and this was around 8:30 p.m.
On what date do you claim you helped her move her stuff out? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. On what date do you claim you move her things out? What date?
I don't remember exactly.
I want you to
the
remember
dates.
exactly. We're not talking about something that happened 20 years ago. On what date did you help her move her things out?
It was a year ago.
Last year. It was.
Remember the day of the week, Marty. Remember the day of the week.
Was
Remember
it
what
Tuesday?
happened exactly.
It was a Tuesday.
Okay, let's see.
Your Honor, I do have a receipt here. The police advised me to purchase a new doorknob with a lock.
Don't tell me what the police advised you. Okay.
Sorry.
was shortly after that that you moved out. Did you move out that day?
That night, I was physically forced out.
Okay. Did you ever go back to the apartment?
I went back on May 29th with a police escort to retrieve my belongings, and they served me with a temporary restraining order and said the room was empty.
Okay, fine. Very good. Uncross your arms.
I'm not feeling good.
Okay, then you can sit down. On what day were you served a protective order?
It was like the following day after she left.
Do you remember the police coming back to your house with her on the 20th?
Yeah, she came. Sorry.
Do you remember the police coming back to your house with her?
Yes.
Do you remember the police going through the apartment and her room?
Yeah, they went in.
Easy to verify with the precinct. Was it before the police came or after the police left or while they were there that you helped her move out her bed? Look at me.
It was before.
It was before. So
Yeah,
it was,
those 2 days.
So it was between the 27th when that scuffle went on and she left the apartment and the 29th. So it had to be the 28th.
Yes.
It had to be the 28th that you say you were helpful with her and helped her move her property out. I just want to understand that that's what you're telling me. It's a good thing she sat down.
Yeah.
She would have been falling down. You see, if she was standing up next to you, then maybe you would have some support. So let me see what you want me to believe. You want me to believe that you had this sort of scuffle with her, that you filed a protective order against her because of this, so that she could not come back to the residence. But the next day, she came back to the residence on the 28th.
No, I'm sorry.
No. Sit. No.
You have
Sit.
not let us
Did
talk.
Did you hear what I said? I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm sorry, but you're not letting us talk. This is not even what happened. You got all the You have all the dates wrong, everything wrong.
Out. You want to sit down and be quiet?
Okay, believe whatever you want.
Perfect. Now, your answer. I'm not even dealing with her complaint. Your answer talks about all the dates, those 27th, 28th. So you want me to believe that after this kerfuffle, which occurred on the 27th of May, and the police came back on the 29th, I assume that you have a report that they went with you?
Yes.
May I see it? That in between those 2 days, you, being the nice guy that you are, helped her move her furniture out of the room. That's what you want me to believe?
Yes, I helped her move her stuff. I never threw any of her stuff away.
Now, Mr. Torres, whether the $650 was the last month's rent, which was June, or security deposit, you do not have a counterclaim, which means that there is no claim made by you that there was any damage caused by her to the house, to the apartment.
Yeah, we do. We got the evidence right here.
Just a second.
We got all the pictures.
Just a second. Hand down. I don't have a counterclaim, sir. I don't care what you have there. There is no counterclaim here for damage.
Well, what is a counterclaim?
We just wanted her out. We didn't want nothing to do with her.
We don't ever see her again.
We just wanted her out,
please.
Can I just ask for 5 minutes?
Put her out.
2 minutes.
Put her out.
Want to say?
Put her out.
Explain her
Put her
story
out.
for 2 minutes because I feel like you're
Out.
manipulating.
Out.
You're manipulating
Out.
the situation
Yes.
with your questions.
Miss, Out.
Come this way.
This is ridiculous.
You have no counterclaim for any damage, which you would have had to have served her to say she's not due back the $650, which we're claiming a security deposit because she caused damage to her room that we are going to be responsible for. You did not file that against her. Therefore, she's entitled to her rent/security deposit back because she lived there a certain amount of months.
She never signed anything, though. We had a verbal agreement where she had a cat that she didn't even have a pet deposit for.
Mr. Torres, listen to me carefully, sir. Counterclaim.
We're taking it out of her security
You
deposit.
did not take it out of her security deposit because no court said you could take it out of her security deposit. That's what we're here for. And since you didn't file a counterclaim, she's entitled to her $650 back. Now the only thing that I have to determine is whether I believe she got all of her property back.
Your Honor.
What?
I do have a receipt that shows at 3:22 on May 27th, I purchased a whole new doorknob and lock.
I
So
don't
I've locked my
care. I
property
told you
in.
before I don't care about the doorknob and lock. All I care about is the furniture. Now the question is, when you went to mediation on the protective order, did the mediator discuss your furniture?
No, they did not discuss my furniture.
Why?
They said I should proceed with that in small claims court.
With regard to your furniture?
Yes, with my property.
Furniture. All I'm interested in is furniture.
Furniture, yes.
You left, your sister was there, there were certain things that were packed in her car. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I care. Your sister came over
Yes.
that night and packed things in her car, but she didn't
Right,
pack
yeah.
your bed in your car.
No.
Now, did you get your bed back?
No, I did not.
What other furniture didn't you get back?
It was my bed. I had this little desk, and also it wasn't furniture. The rest was just clothing and bathroom
Just the
belongings.
bed and the desk?
Yes.
Where'd you get the bed from?
I got the bed from a family friend. She gave me a bed, so I don't have a
And
receipt.
fine, and the desk?
A family friend, too.
Great. Okay. You owe us $650. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
Thank you, Your Honor.